All the Marlins.
I like the Wawas, Holmes. Wawas are delicious, Holmes. You know what I mean, Issa? You know what I mean, Vato? Hey, Alan.
What?
You like the Wawas, bro?
No.
Come on, Holmes. Come on, don't be like that, eh? Come on here, take a drink, Holmes. Psych! Don't you grab my fucking drink. What's up, everybody? What's up, pre-show? Hi, how you doing? Alan's sleepy. I'm sleepy too. We're all very sleepy.
Well, I'm just infuriated right now.
Wait.
Why?
I've been doing the same bullshit for like an hour and a half, and I'm ready to lose my shit. I know we started until you said we're alive. I thought we had a couple of seconds.
Why? What's going on?
No, because fucking Elite Dangerous. I swear to fucking God. I don't usually bitch about this shit, because usually I can solve these problems in about an hour. Mm-hmm. Any single game that has a third-party fucking login, go fuck yourself.
Oh, yeah,
all of you don't work. None of you. Ubisoft, maybe sometimes they feel like it. Most of the fucking time, like Rockstar, go to hell. Your fucking system, your captcha system is one of the worst. Elite Dangerous, apparently I don't know the fucking game. Buddy of mine bought me the DLC. I've spent the last hour trying to fucking get in to play the game. I don't know if I can do this problem tonight.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
So mad right now.
But let me see, reviews and news. I'm gonna change our thing. I forgot to change our Twitch. I've been doing so much shit today, guys. I mean, this has been one of those busy days where I've not even had time to shit. I am literally not joking. So let's see, reviewing Fear and More. Okay, now we just update our thing. No one even really gives a fuck. Yak, what's up? How you doing, Yak? How you doing? We're gonna be doing a retro review today. I know that the retro review thing is recording all of them, but we don't do like shit that's just kind of ironically bad. I don't like to do bad movie roasts. I don't even think we're really that great at making fun of a movie. I just like talking about shit that is not talked about anymore. Like, I know nostalgia is like a big thing nowadays, and everyone likes to be nostalgic for things, but it's only with franchises. So, just so you guys know, this is going to be a thing we're probably going to be doing a lot, because I just want to take a little bit of a break from talking about Sony trendy things. Not to say that we're not going to touch on trendy things in general, because we got some tonight, but we will see. But anyways, I'm going to go around the table here. Alan, other than the Elite Dangerous thing, how are you doing, good sir?
It's been a pretty good day, I guess. I was just excited to fucking play this. I've been waiting for this shit for months, and it's like, I had this problem before. Like, this isn't the first time I ever dealt with this shit. I dealt with it last time, but for the life of me, I can't remember how I fixed it. And I played it for like 5-6 hours. It's fucking fun. It's a great game. It's a great space sim. But fuck, that launcher is so goddamn bad. Like,
yeah, so is Paradox, by the way, or no?
No, Paradox actually has a pretty good one. Like, you really don't need to log in.
Gang, motherfucking gang.
Like, it asks you to, but if you just don't remember your password, fuck it. Just connect your accounts. You don't want to, go fuck yourself.
You didn't steal the game, right? Okay, cool.
Okay. Oh, hey, you might have. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. Just load the fucking game up. But like with this one, it's like, yeah, you don't own it. It's like, bro, I just gave you money.
Yeah.
Man, I swear to God, my entire life revolves around the fucking movie Watch Dogs. You know that scene when he fucking goes in and gives him $300 for weed, and the guy tells him to fuck off?
Yeah.
That's what I'm dealing with.
No,
to pull out a machine gun and just start shooting the fucking computer.
You might have to, because like that's the thing. Like when it comes to some of the shit, it's like, do I have to go to your Twitch or not Twitch, but your Twitter? Jed actually showed me that with Elgato. I've gotten fucked over a whole stack of not video cards, like just different Elgato products. I swear to God, a pile of broken Elgato shit. And I was like, dude, I've emailed them. I've sent a thing on. I got 3 different fucking service tickets. I'm waiting for them to send me a printable thingy to put on one of my boxes to send it back for free. All this shit. And Jet's like, you know what? Why don't you just hit him up on Twitter? Send him a tweet. It took me bringing it up to the public to get a fucking response. And they still fucked me, but at least I got a response. At least a human was writing back.
Sometimes that does help. I can't remember what I was playing around with, but like at one point I legitimately do the same thing you did. And I was able to get a response, but they basically said, hey, we're going to open a ticket for you. And after juggling like 5 different fucking contacts. Like, that's why a lot of these places, they don't have phone numbers, because they know that there's so many issues that they'd rather deal with an email, so they don't have to deal with you yelling at them. Like right now, like I will honestly, except for PayPal, I generally have never yelled at a fucking customer service. And the only fucking reason I did that is because I got sent to 15 different departments. Not 15, around 15 departments, not different ones. I got sent back to the same department multiple times.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, no, it's crazy. But, like, yeah, I'm glad you're getting mad, though. Like, not to say that I want you to be in a bad mood or anything, but it's like, I want people to get mad about this shit so, like, the word gets spread and people start realizing that this is the thing that you're allowed to freak out about. Because I understand that back in the day, people used to get mad at shit, and it's like, okay, calm down, life's not that bad. And they're probably right, and you should probably calm down and not be wanting the world to give you...
I'm probably freaking out, but it's one of those things where it's like...
But I'm talking about back in the day, though. Well, let me finish this
yeah.
point. Like, essentially, it's just like, that was the thing that used to do back in the day, whatever the fuck, and that's fine. But then it gets to a point where it's like, as we move on forward and all of our days is now more like a big percentage of this technology, it will certainly affect us. Like, back in the day, if your computer breaks in 1996 or 1992 or whatever, it's like, oh man, I can't go on my porn things and have the 56K load this girl's titties. That's one thing. But, like, when it affects my job, Jed has a job where she's working at home right now. When her internet fucks up, it's taking money away. And then it's actually, she has to go back in and work when the internet's back on. So it's taking up any little bit of nap time or food time or shit time or whatever the fuck. It changes our lives because our lives are so based on this technology. So you got to get this shit right. You can't keep fucking with people. This is bullshit. I think we're totally allowed to get fucking mad at this, and I'm glad that Alan's like, dude, what the fuck? But, like, I hope you do it more often, though, because there's a lot of shit you go through, dude, that I don't even think enough people even know about, and I hope you do. You know,
the thing is, the reason I don't bring it up a lot is not because it doesn't make me mad, but I generally can solve the problem in an hour. I'll get mad and I'll be like, oh man, this kind of sucks. Or, for instance, the EA thing. That took me about an hour and a half, and I just gave the fuck up. Eventually, just found a way to fix it, sent him the link, hey, if you ever deal with this bullshit, this is the quick fix.
Yeah, but, like, thank you for the bits, by the way, dude. Appreciate it. But go on.
Yes, thank you so much. But if I'm spending an hour and I can't solve this problem, I'm going to get increasingly mad because, like, an hour is a long time, and I'm fairly comfortable with computers. I know my way around, like, how to solve most problems, how to Google search the proper results, go through the Reddit pages to figure that out. And if that sounds easy to you, you also know what you're doing, but that's not easy for everyone to know how to fucking search the wide web to actually find the pages they need to solve their fucking problems. Most people go, computer doesn't work. It's like, no. You have to actually, like, put in a phrase that somebody else might also put in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. But I mean, I asked how Alan's doing. Ganja, how about you, man? I mean, I talked to you earlier today. We had a fucking blast. But, yeah, what you been doing all day, man?
No, I've just been hanging out. Roxy came home from work, and she's been resting because she's been dealing with some period issues.
Yeah.
Taking care of the dog, just living my best life. Freaking out over the fact that Bitcoin is crashing and every crypto on the market has decided to jump off the cliff and kill itself.
Yeah, well, that's always bad. I'm going to read this really quick, and I'm going to ask for Jed and how she's doing. But Yak says, question, I feel very concerned for Corey because Danielle going to be on because the last time she was on caused a dividend or a division within the chat and the YouTube comment section. They said that Corey was out of line despite the fact that they're best friends. I can't bring myself to watch review, especially after some asshole plus swastika in the chat. I don't know if I can be on stream. And that sucks that you can't be on the stream or whatever, dude. Hopefully it doesn't affect you watching the pre-show and chill with us or whatever. But I will say that as far as the whole thing going with Corey, Danielle, and etc., I do think that people just don't know the chemistry between them because Danielle, there's no boundaries, dude. She's literally putting her fucking ass out there, like, all over the world. I don't know. And I do think Corey does at the end of the day respect her. There's been so many times that he's defended her against the comment sections and against people that, probably either unsubscribed or whatever the case may be, and on SoundCloud. Corey has defended Danielle quite a bit, the same way he's defended Mia, so I don't think that there's anything bad there. And personally, Danielle plays a character on the show. I'm going to be honest, not to ruin the show or anything, but, like, she likes to have fun. She's on a fucking live podcast. That's why you guys remember her. If she was boring and just said exactly what's on her mind in a very chill, calmed environment, then you guys will not remember anything she does. How many things do I say? I was talking about fucking cows last week.
And that's not even the weirdest thing he's ever said.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. Probably going to say some weird shit tonight.
It's definitely top 10. But you said weird shit.
But yeah, so, I mean, I don't know, man, but I will say that, as far as, like, the whole idea of her playing a character, it's like, yeah, I've known her in real life. I wouldn't have my situation going on now with the editing for Corey and meeting the people I've met. I mean, I wouldn't have met Ganja, Allen, Jet, Roxy, all these other people if it wasn't for Danielle because she got me involved in DT editing. Like, she did that for me. So I always will have a soft spot in my heart for Danielle. But she is crazy, and just know it's the show, guys. Enjoy yourselves. It's fun. Escape the world and enjoy the
Rick James. Enjoy yourself, bitches.
Well, just like because the YouTube comment section, I'm like, oh, damn it, Corey, I can't believe you talked to her the way she wants to be talked to. Anyway, see you guys next video. It's like, unless they're leaving, who gives a fuck, But it is reasonable. Elmatic, when is the show? The show is actually supposed to be in about 13 minutes, man. But you're gonna be hanging out with us for now, unless you fucking leave because you're mad. But we're gonna be talking about some old school movies and just shooting the shit. We do the pre-show. Not sure if you're used to us or whatever, but we do the pre-show for all the Double Toasted Twitch shows. And
Hello.
hopefully you're able to hang out with us and just have a good time until Corey starts. And as soon as he starts, I'll let you know, and you can get out of here and tell Double Toasted about how much you can't stand the pre-show, and then we'll just continue on.
Oh, don't worry. Does Reddit still hate us? I can't remember.
No, we just don't exist.
That's better. They hate everybody.
Yeah, that's a little better.
Well, you guys are mature, but like for me,
I kind of missed the whole. Man, fuck the Double Toasted pre-show. They're just a bunch of wills.
I like that too, and especially when someone's like, "Oh, it's just a bunch of people trying to talk about how much they love Double Toasted." Woohoo! You did not watch.
You watched about 45 seconds, but no, my favorite one is they just got 4 wills on. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
That's what you got out of this?
like I don't even wear suits, man. If I did, I'd wear them correctly.
Yeah. Oh my god, that made me like unreasonable. I was unreasonable to be mad at that, but I'm not taking it back. Learn how to wear a suit. Like if you can see your socks. And you're not 4 years old, get a longer pair of pants.
Exactly. No, Will, if you're watching, dude, seriously. And also, don't say bad racist stuff.
Oh yeah, that too. I mean,
I was gonna be careful with the way I was gonna say that, but it's like he did do it on the Black Panther review like a week afterwards. Like some dude was like, "Hey man, like, why don't you like people wearing African garb when you go see Black Panther? Because get that political shit out of my comic book movies. Anyways, let's watch Civil War."
He literally didn't. No, he can't have said that shit,
No,
right?
he literally said that. He literally said that.
Yeah.
Bro,
that's a quote.
oh my god.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I thought the whole primitive shit. I guess I was talking about the fucking actual movie about them, still doing.
Well, no,
that
he was
stuff
actually talking about too. It's like, well, it doesn't make sense that they have like these primitive weapons or whatever. I mean, like, why would they have that? It's like primitive. They had a big blue technological shield around their staffs. What are you talking about?
It's a mix of old world culture. I believe it's futurism or something like that, where it's like you take in like older stuff like a spear or some sort of cultural garb, but then you add in futuristic stuff like lasers or specific metals or glowing like shield holograms, like you mentioned earlier. That's again the best part. But like, I still can't get over the fact that to get my politics out of this comment. I'm like, bro, no.
I know,
no.
like, doesn't he? And he's a huge comic book fan. I mean, look at Watchmen and shit.
Is he?
Well, that's the thing, because like I don't like comic books, so like I'll be a person that would say get the politics out. Like I don't like Watchmen at all because of the political whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like it's just not my thing. But it's like I don't pretend I'm a comic book fan and then say like, hey, this doesn't belong there. It's always there. What are you talking about? You fucking dummy. Look at Captain America. Like he has the fucking flag as a suit.
Bro, both Captain America, by the way, for people that are wondering, both Captain America and Superman were both propaganda used in World War II. That's why they exist.
I forgot about the Superman thing, believe it or not.
I did an essay on it in high school where I was basically comparing the cultural icons of Batman and Superman and how they influenced like the culture around them.
Yeah, well, there's tons of like American iconography for a lot of those particular things because Stan Lee's American and like the guys who did Image comics are American, so it makes sense for all that stuff. But I don't know, man. It's just hilarious, and then especially like nowadays, just the modernization of talking about those things again. It's like, yeah, I mean, I know that for me, unless you're gonna go all the way with it, I don't like that shit. But like, yeah, how are you gonna like? That's just because they even brought it up. I'm not even gonna watch it and see if it's done well or not. I'm just gonna say no, I'm not watching it. Like, get the fuck. And it's called Black Panther. Like, oh, there's just so much.
What did you expect?
Yeah, it's literally called Black Panther. This guy's like, hey, get that shit out of here. It's hilarious.
Remember, guys, it's only political as a person of color because apparently the default character is a white male. That's straight. And about
I mean, you play Mass Effect reboot. You definitely know that.
Dude, I cannot wait till they make a gay superhero. Oh, that's gonna be so fun.
No, they were going to do that for basically. There's been different people that take over the mantle of Captain America, for instance, and they were basically like, oh, the new Captain America is gonna be Hispanic. I can't remember what sexuality they picked, but it was like, oh, that's not Captain America. It's like, yeah, you're right. That's not Steve Rogers. That's somebody else called Captain America. Yeah. Like, you psychopath. Like, understand the fucking history.
Omar in the chat, he says, chilling, having a beer on my back deck, watching this rain fall in the lake. Dude, so I gotta tell you guys, man, like, I cannot wait until I get some fucking rain in Arizona. This shit's been so hot here. But, like, I am jealous.
It's been a long time, hasn't it? How many years? Centuries.
Oh, you shut the
fuck up.
Have
you ever seen rain before?
No, dude, like, usually because April showers bring May flowers, but I think that only, doesn't that only go to, like, certain places or whatever?
No, that's completely accurate. I just haven't heard it since I was 4.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I actually...
I'm sorry.
No, because I like it because I'm like, oh, yeah, that's why. Like,
it rhymes.
Yeah. It just
He
makes it
got
so
bars, son.
Oh, by the way, the whole naming the months fucked me up for a while. 30 days have September, April, May, and November or some shit. But May has 31 days. That fucked me up for way too fucking long.
Not Lewin says, I'm surprised this hasn't happened before, and he's responding to someone saying that there's never been one that was Native American. Is that the case? Like, is there any Native American
Actually,
superheroes?
They
actually,
do
I think
Apache
there is a
something.
Native American Captain America, I believe.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, there is.
That's a
Okay.
good
By the way,
question,
fuck that
actually.
shit. But and don't get me started on that bullshit. Putting him on the fucking American flag. That's like putting a fucking swastika on the Jewish person and calling him a superhero for Germany. But anyways, besides that fucking point,
But it's still racistly. Look how like that's not cool. By the way.
fucking-
Oh, okay.
let's make
We
a
need
stereotypical
we need
Indian
Indian-
shit. But DC had, I think, had one of the first Native American heroes with Apache Chief, where he actually got taller and shit, and then that was his superpower. He would just say his name and then get giant.
Do
So
you
he's
feel like
just
that was
damn
cool?
the lamer.
I mean, it was cool when I was a kid, but now I know how basic that
Oh
was.
yeah, this motherfucker. Yeah, I remember this guy.
I only remember from Harvey Birdman because they clowned his ass.
His powers were lame.
Yes, they were.
He's like Shazam, but way lamer.
No,
I'm sorry, gotcha. You only have like 4 like, representatives. Man, holy shit, a lot of them suck. 4 more than me, but whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not worse than what happened to your people around 2004, right?
Yeah.
Well, still, you can't make a movie with anybody with Alan's people in there, whatever, and then they fucking have like that brown filter, like, oh, and this is bad, stinky place, you know.
I mean, it started the MCU, so
Yeah. Wait, MCU. Oh, okay. I think it's
you
MCA.
guys he's fighting are my people.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, I forgot when we bombed Lebanon. Jesus Christ, like.
Still bombing it.
No, dude, you know what's funny? Because I was like chilling last night and earlier today, and I actually was watching Iron Man. Dude, that's the one movie and you know, you can get mad at me if you want, Alan, but I will
What's
say
up?
it's the one movie where they go over there and they didn't do that brown tone, and like at least like you know the people that are over there are still speaking English, and at least like they weren't like the main villain. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I know, but they're still the same. Like, oh, look at these the dirty Arab guy lives in caves and shit, and kidnapping the good old white boy to make weapons so that they could bomb each other.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. I was trying to throw a bone, but you know.
Nah, straight up. Like, and trust me, the
No
main
bomb
guy
here,
there
no.
is he. That's his thing. He plays Muslims and Arabs in every fucking movie he's in. He might as well be like the Arab Hector.
Later, Yak, by the way. Peace out, dude. And yeah, Ryan said MCA Universal. We saw that when we were watching some movies, and like the MCA at the end of the very bottom. I'm like, oh, yeah, that sounds so stupid. Really quick, before we continue on, because this is mostly going to be like a me, Alan, and Jet thing, because we watched the movie, but Gondra, I'm going to ask you, man, what would you want in a Native American superhero? Like, if you were to do one, what's like one trait that you would at least add to it?
I mean, really, I would just want one that's a little bit more culturally sensitive and actually has like a lot of like our actual cultural stuff into it, rather than just a hodgepodge of what people think it is. For example, what you saw from the Lone Ranger, and they're like, "Oh, we'll make fucking." Or what the fuck? Not Orlando Bloom, the other fucking idiot, Johnny Depp. They make him like the dude that can like be weird and like he's crazy, but you know because he's crazy and he's eccentric, he gets to talk to spirits and like do weird shit. Now fuck that. I just want like a regular ass story. Like I don't like it's something normal. Like you don't have to turn us into wolves. You don't gotta like turn it into some mystical shit. Or we're trying to save our grandparents on the reservation. Just some simple shit. Not asking for much.
Bob, I'm looking over here. Blasian says Lone Ranger is based off a black cowboy, but I mean, it looks like he has the garb that would be Native American, though, right? I mean,
The Lone Ranger is wasn't supposed to be black, but they
The Lone
fucking
Ranger's to
whitewashed
do with the fucking hat. This is the sidekick, I guess.
Oh, okay, I'm stupid. I know nothing.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, honestly, like, unless you grew up in the 40s, you really didn't know what the fuck the Lone Ranger was until they made that movie. And the only reason you know about the movie is because it was $200 million and it bombed.
And it's also Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like, god damn, like that shit took over so much that Johnny Depp was like, listen, if I just slightly touch, just put my fingernail on any kind of like, hey, I'm Jack Sparrow-ism, then you know it'd be successful. But Jesus Christ, that was a bad fucking time.
I didn't watch it. It looked terrible, and honestly, I really don't like Johnny Depp that much. Like, I think he's fine, but I think he just like the Jack Sparrow thing got so old for me that I'm like, I don't even want to watch any movies with him in it anymore.
I will say when things finally changed up for me as far as like Johnny Depp goes, I think that big movie that really moved it along somewhere else was Black Mass. And,
I heard good things about it, but I was hating him so much that I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it.
This I would love to watch again when it makes sense. Maybe the next Johnny Depp movie that comes out, we'll watch this in celebration for Johnny Depp to come back.
I gotta say, the only Johnny Depp movies I actually like are Edward Scissorhands and Sweeney Todd.
You know,
I
Fear and
fucking
Loathing?
hate Sweeney Todd. I legitimately I watched that movie and I'm like, this movie is fucking terrible.
Yeah, like I want to watch this only because of that girl. I actually really really like that girl. She's on Fight Club.
Helen the bottom. Ah, fuck it.
Helen Bottom Carter.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, Helena Bottom Farter. Like that stupid joke like
That one.
people do.
I can't fucking pronounce her name, but she's a good actress. But it's just like I didn't particularly like the singing. I didn't particularly like the plot, and it just kind of just goes places. And the ending really just I hated the ending.
Jet, have you seen Donnie Brasco?
Johnny Brasco.
Who?
Oh, Brasco? I don't know. I'm fucking.
No,
Donnie
he actually
Brasco?
read it properly.
Wait, I said it right for real?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at me. I'm growing up. Pop.
Oh man, he got past third grade reading, y'all.
Oh,
Someone mark the calendar.
And then you still haven't passed third grade height, so yeah, fuck you.
Damn.
Wow, that's how you know he's desperate for shit. He goes back to the short jokes.
Okay.
But Alan, to be fair, you've been using that reading shit for the past like 3
You
weeks.
goddamn right. That's not
3 weeks.
This is,
Fucking like
about,
3 months.
this is about him, Jet, not me.
So you both are basically picking at some low shit. So that's fair game at this point.
Yeah,
think-
but the difference
by the
is
way-
I'm making it up.
By the way,
He's using real shit. Like Nick,
the
Nick
self-victimizing.
can actually read. Unless we're actually saying this guy can't read.
And Alan, you're taller than third grader. Like it's
Am I?
Are you?
I don't know. But
Tall
most
ass
people
third
tall
graders out
nowadays.
there,
Look,
man.
I'll be honest. That was some low hanging fruit. Emphasis on low, and I will stop.
You're going to hell, Diaz.
Alan, why do
Yeah.
you fucking poke the bear, dude? Like you do it all the time.
Because, dude, just saying hi to you with an accent is fucking poking the bear.
What? I'm the one who
Yes.
does the accents. Okay. Anyways, and Gary, no, okay, now you're using like almost a fucking like it's not a racist term or anything, but it's like let's not call people that shit. All right, that ain't cool.
I didn't even fucking read that. Yeah, go to hell, Gary.
Yeah, Gary, that's not cool. But anyways, moving on though. And Alan, fuck you. I just wanted to make that last. I want to throw that last one in there. But whatchamacallit, as I move on though, Jed, I did want to ask you, have you seen Donnie Brasco? And because I'm gonna ask you in the chat.
I mean, I said who a couple times, but I don't know. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, I'm a Jet. I thought you just mispronounced Donnie Darko. I was like, oh, okay, maybe he just said it wrong. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah, because I know that this is talked about with like cinephiles are always like, oh shit, like this is gonna be cool, blah blah blah. But like, yeah, I mean, I'm like, I hate all that shit. Anytime a cinephile tells me to go watch, like even like what's this movie? The guy who likes people's feet. What's his name? Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Like it took Jet like really bringing this up to me like at least twice or 3 times. Where what's the movie? I'm like forgetting everything. I'm sorry guys, but like what's the one where like the guy dances and then he tortures the fuck out of that one dude?
Oh, Pulp Fiction.
No, that's not it.
No, it's Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs, yes. I had so many people tell me about the movie that I was like, you know what? I hate this movie without even watching it because I'm sick of hearing about the fucking thing.
Someone
And-
gets tortured in that movie?
Yeah,
Because it's been a while since I've watched it, but you're talking about like dances around and I don't know. Anyway.
yeah, dude.
No, like it dude gets his ears like straight up like cut off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
you're right. Yes. Okay, yeah. Yeah, in the chair. I love this fucking movie. Like, this is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, and by the way, I love the idea that this might be slightly connected to Pulp Fiction. I don't know if that's been like talked about from Quentin Tarantino himself, but either way though, man, Jeb told me to watch this movie, and I finally watched it because I do trust her judgment. If she really wants me to watch something, I can tell it's gonna be good. Unless she's trying to fuck with me. No,
Unless
yeah,
it's
you're right.
the Amazing Bulk.
Yeah, that's true. But you can tell just by the way Jet, like the inflection in her voice is like, okay, you're up to fucking something, Jet. Like,
Okay, no. If Jet says the word I recommend, she's generally like, or you'll like it, that's fine. But when she wants you to watch some and it's some bullshit, she can't contain herself. It's like a kid at a candy store. She'll start laughing her ass off. And, oh, this is some stupid bullshit.
when's the earliest time do you remember doing this to somebody, Jet? When's like the earliest time you put them through a shit movie?
Like, she's 4.
Let me see. By accident, like when I was like 12, 13, when I had my family go and watch what the fucking movie was that? It was one of those piece of shit date movies.
Oh,
That was Meet the Spartans.
Oh,
the
what?
Spartans. Oh
Oh,
god.
that movie fucking sucked.
Did you like any of those parody movies, Jet?
I will say, date movie is probably the one I can tolerate because I've seen it so many fucking times because of a story where like I was spending the night at my cousin's house and they had that movie on repeat, so it was basically like tortured me. Like, oh my fucking god, like I don't know how to work. I don't know how to work this person's fucking TV. I can't turn this off.
You just break it.
So it just played over and over again. But the thing is, some of the jokes were actually pretty funny, but that's the only one I can tolerate.
So another thing that I want to bring up is that Jet has another story. You don't have to tell the whole story here, but I just want to bring this up because we might watch it sometime soon. But the BFG, that's the first story I remember you telling me that you
I did not get my family to watch that. My mom did that shit.
Oh, okay.
This is payback for Meet the Spartans.
Yeah, no shit.
And the funny thing is, like, my mom, because everyone makes this mistake, but my mom went up to the person at the counter and just like, yeah, can we have 7 tickets to the Big Fucking Giant?
Yeah.
So just like, and then the lady corrected her, like, oh, like the BFG, I don't even remember what the F actually stands for.
It's friendly. Yeah, I was gonna say there's only one other F word that could work.
No, because I generally have been calling it the Big Fucking Giant now because of my mom's mess up.
I've been the same way with, and this is, I mean, they're trying to do this on purpose essentially. But like my mom, when we went to go see Meet the Fockers, she's like, "Can we get like 3 tickets to Meet the Fuckers? I like to see Meet the Fuckers."
Okay, that's the movie's fault. Like, let's be real here.
They
got something that's easily done, and in the movie, though, they even make that same fucking jokes. Like, that was one of those things where, hey, you advertise it based on, oh, look, it's a cuss word, but we hit it. Like, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, that fucking comedy with Amy Poehler and I can't remember the other fucking woman.
Oh, you know what? I forgot about Scary Movie. Scary Movie 1 and 2. I can tolerate those two. Those are actually pretty funny.
Oh, that's different though, because Scary Movie 1 and 2 was before, because there was is it Freeburg and Seltzer? That yeah, I think that's the name, right?
Yeah, that's the guys, but they did Scary Movie as well.
No, they worked on Scary Movie, but they were like one of the people that helped make the movie happen. But after like Scary Movie 3, when I guess the Wayans brothers just left, they basically just went and essentially destroyed parody movies as a genre. Because they released all sorts of bullshit, like superhero movie, again, date movie, epic movie. Actually, epic movie is so different. Anyway, Meet the Spartans. The one I stopped, which was it? Yeah, it was epic movie. The one with the fucking ripoff of, epic movie. That's the one I said, fuck it, I'm out.
Not losing I appreciate it.
Disaster Movie was the absolute fucking worst piece of shit I've seen in a long time.
Oh, the Starving Games, they kept going. Fuck, super fast. Vampires suck. Vampires suck is great because Double Toast did a review for that, and that's still on the Wikipedia page for it because they created the fuck you rating because of that movie.
Oh, for real? I didn't even know. Do you know some shit I don't know about Double Toast?
Damn, look at you bring up the fact.
I love that review because I refuse to ever watch the fucking movie because I'm done with parodies. But I remember laughing my ass off. It's like a movie so bad they created a new fucking rating. And I remember looking, I don't know how I got to the Wikipedia site, but I remember just seeing it's like a Double Toaster created you can still find it right now if you go Vampires Suck for Wikipedia. It's right near the bottom.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but there was one scene in Vampires Suck that I laughed my fucking ass.
There's always the one. The rest of the movie will be shit.
It was when the fucking granddad is following the other kids to the forest and he's in the wheelchair and they all jump like exaggerated like animal style above the cliff and he just rolls off of it. And goes, and then lands, and it keeps rolling. I just laughed my fucking ass off. It was stupid as shit, but it was funny.
That's the way I like his fucking,
like he doing something.
Oh my god, dude. Blazer Michael says, what about the 41-year-old virgin who not to... Wait, so, what the fuck? Is that real?
The 41-year-old version is different because those are spoof movies. They're not necessarily parodies. They're basically like, we want to get the movie and we're going to change the title enough so that we can get away with it.
And where's Ganja?
I thought you were talking about the original 40-year-old. It's not a spoof movie. I thought it's a real original creation. But if you're talking about
41-year-old,
yeah, the spinoffs. You're right. You're correct.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want to correct myself. It wasn't Double Toasted. It was back with Spill because that's when they had the rating. But still, again, Corey and the crew, like they still have it on there. I just looked it up right now. But yeah, the one that got me Meet the Spartans. It was the only time in the entire movie I laughed. And the only reason I watched it is because I love 300. So like, well, it's gonna be like 300. I mean, 300 was good. Maybe the parody will be also good. But is when they're dancing towards the hawk gate, singing "We Will Survive." Like that's so stupid. But I'm just bursting out laughing.
Was that the scene where they started skipping all together? Because that was the only one where I laughed.
Yeah, that was the only one. I'm like, that's just so fucking on the nose and so stupid. I just had to give it one.
Oh my god. Well, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and talk about our own fucking little review thing going on here. It's gonna be an older movie because we are back in 1996 again, guys. And I promise too, by the way, that we will do some other years soon. Because I think this is like the third thing we did in a row. That's 1996.
Please, can we leave the 90s? I fucking hate it here. God damn it.
That's so fucking great.
You don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, hell no, man. You want to torture me and you have a time machine, man? Send me back to the fucking 90s, man.
Oh, I'll
I
send
ain't
you
going
back
back
to like
there.
72 and shit.
But yeah, man. But no, we'll get into other years fairly soon. But over here, though, I remember watching trailers for this when I was a kid. It was advertised back on pay-per-view back in the day. You guys remember pay-per-view? It's pretty awesome.
That's where I used to watch all those wrestling shit.
Oh yes, of course. Oh man, remember those $50? Oh, that just
Oh,
worth
that
it.
was great.
Yeah, and then we, fast forward so many years, we got zombies invading the fucking ring. Stupid ass bullshit. Anyways, we'll talk about that.
Oh, yeah, that's the dumbest thing that's ever happened in wrestling.
That literally, like, I think I'm gonna ground WWE from my TV for a couple.
Bro, you told me about a dude that had a son that was his hand or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was so.
Zombies does not seem any dumber than that, man.
Oh, by the way, so a guy who, sidebar. Welcome to the chat tag. We do this all the time. But there's a part, by the way, that's no one's bringing up with that fucking story. They're fighting the zombies. The zombies are untrained athletes, right? So obviously there's going to be a mistake or two. The Miz, who has not been fucking injured since 2006. I don't even think he was injured then. I just think he's never been injured. 15 years. 15 years never been injured. The motherfucker snaps his ACL, and he's going to be gone for 9 months. And one of the biggest parts of his career ever. So his career is just fucked now because stupid fucking zombies. Dumb. Someone legitimately got hurt, and it looked fake as fuck, so it was for nothing. Stupid as shit.
Someone got hurt for real, and it didn't even matter.
Imagine that. Just like, all these amazing matches been having, but the dumb zombies, oh my god, my fucking leg literally broke.
I swear to God, I had the weirdest dream like a couple weeks ago that there was zombies, like wrestling was just about to do some zombie shit, and you were super excited for it. So the fact that you brought that up, I thought you were kidding right now. This is just freaking me out because I legitimately just had a dream about this.
He had a dream.
I had a dream that there was some.
I was about to call you the next day.
Well,
like,
zombies and wrestlers will coexist together.
No, because I was gonna ask you, like, hey, has wrestling ever done zombies? Like, because it's still in my head. But
it technically did before a long time ago, but believe it or not, it was less stupid. It was one character named Zombie, and he was an actual wrestler playing a character with zombies, so he could do all the bumps and all the wrestling stuff. But like, when you have people that are not trained to be zombies, and they're just like, yeah, push me, and I'll pretend to fall. It's like, it hurts to fall, you fucking idiots. Have you never fell before? Ow! Like, you gotta be trained. You can't just fucking... Imagine me and you had a fake wrestling match, Alan. I'm like, hey, dude, make sure to tuck your neck. What? Oh, fuck. Now you're dead.
No, well, I'm dead.
I'll be honest, like, the zombie stuff doesn't seem as bad to me. Like, as much as that affair scandal that happened, like, what was it, in 2019 or whatever? Or 2000? With Rusev and Lana and that other dude. Like, that was when you told me that shit, I was just mad.
There was a promo with that, and I'm sorry once again, guys, but like we got some wrestling fans in chat get tough from what Bach's saying. So yes, and 1996 was the year of Stone Cold, but we'll continue that later on. The thing is, though, is like Lana was doing these fucking promos, and a promo is when someone talks shit on the mic, and they do the whole stupid thing you guys seen millions of times. But her whole thing of like, I don't want to be with you, Rusev. All you want is sex. It's like whoever wrote this is still writing for the 90s where women not... Remember when women didn't like sex, Alan, back in the day? Like,
oh, yeah.
In movies, it's like, oh, get off me, perv. It's like women are not... They like sex too, guys. Okay?
Yeah, but then you also have the complete opposite where all they care about is sex. It's like, there's no in between.
That's true, I guess. But like, they're doing these promos where it's like, you just want to fuck me all night. She didn't say fuck me. She's like, you just want to screw me all night long. And then the crowd's like, boo, hiss, what a jerk. It was the dumbest shit ever. Yeah, guys, WWE I can't defend.
The thing is, at least you can have fun with zombies. Like, what entertainment am I getting out of this fucking like 3-way feud?
Yeah, and poor Bobby Lashley. Now he's a champion, but around then he was like, God damn! Like they did an interview with him, like, so you see what you else doing in WWE in 5 years? And he's like, 5 years, ha 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 ha, and like they cut the video right there. Yeah, I would be the same way. But anyways, moving on though. I gotta tell you that this movie over here, this Fear movie from 1996, I didn't think it was super digestible. I'm actually surprised how effective this movie was, because I thought this shit was gonna be like a corny, whatever the fuck romance movie. But yeah, dude, this did not hold a lot of punches back, and I think a big part of that is because of the writing. But firstly, I want to talk about the director, who is this guy named James Foley, and I actually pulled up a picture of him. I'm gonna pull him up right now on screen for you guys if I can find this shit. But James Foley has done House of Cards, 50 Shades Darker, and 50 Shades Freed. And you can kind of see
that makes so much sense right now.
It makes a lot of sense, considering like how much shit that was going on. And you did a lot of Madonna videos, and there's obviously way more to this dude than that. But I do think that one of the biggest things I want to bring up is that he did Marky Mark, Hey DJ, the short that they released. And the reason why I bring that up is because when he did that Marky Mark short, that was in 1999, 3 years after this, and I have a feeling that's because of how fucking well Mark Whalberg was directed in this from James Foley, to the point where it's like, I forgot Mark Whalberg was actually in this. Like, that picture of him that I keep showing, actually, in my opinion, doesn't even really look like him. Like, I mean, do you feel the same way, Alan?
To the extent where I went and saw the thing, I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. I didn't know he was in the movie until he just showed up.
Yeah, and it's really weird that, like, you would think that even retroactively, like, when you find this on Amazon or whatever, they would, like, put, you know, like, starring Mark Wahlberg, the big star, like, you know, maybe they would get some extra buys or extra attention because of that, but no. But the thing is, though, is like this movie, I've watched a lot of Mark Wahlberg movies. There's a movie that Alan wants to review, and I keep forgetting to put on, but it's called The Rookies, and I think he's in there too, right? Or no?
No. We already did it with Spencer Confidential.
Oh, okay, yeah. But you were saying, like, dude, I'm sick of Mark Wahlberg. He's a terrible actor, and I was making fun of him with you. Like, we were laughing and making jokes. He was fucking directed so well in this, where it's like, I can see why I would put money into Mark Wahlberg. I'd be like, dude, on top of him being a hip-hop star, this motherfucker's a good actor. Like, he was really good in this. Or do you not agree?
Okay, so it's weird because I legitimately was hating this movie for the first 30 minutes. I was like, I don't think Mark Wahlberg is charming, even though the movie's trying to tell me he's trying to be. It was weird seeing Reese Witherspoon act like a 16-year-old, even though she looks identical now. So she looked like a 40-year-old woman. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, but it's like that woman is not aged from 96 to like Big Little Lies, which is like, 2 years ago when I watched that show. Show's great, by the way. But he just one that was a little bit jarring. But then Mark Wahlberg shows up and he's doing his typical like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And she goes, "Hi." I'm like, "Oh my god, this is killing me." Everyone on set is a terrible actor, and it just kept going back and forth. I'm like, is he trying to be charming? Because he is so creepy right now. Like, legitimately, I do not like him at all. And it just kind of kept going back and forth. But then there is a point about 30, 40 minutes in when like the first like holy shit thing happens. Then he becomes like a completely different person. And that's where it's like, oh, okay, he can be a villain if he wants to.
Yeah, and that's one thing that's pretty cool. And I think sometimes that's what brings out a lot in certain actors and whatnot is to be able to be a villain because it has to be fun. But Jed, did you think that Mark Wahlberg was kind of cool in this at all? Not cool, but like, you know, were you sold on him at all?
If at the beginning he was supposed to come off very, very creepy, and like he did it very well because he had me unsettled for the entire first.
Yeah.
Like Alan said, first 40 minutes, just like this dude don't sit right with me. Like, this ain't right. Something's up with him.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, he basically completely changed his character in like right after that 40-minute mark. It's just like, okay, that's why that was unsettling.
Yeah. Because and just to put this out here too, some more behind the scenes stuff over here, I guess. Oh, and the writing of the movie was done by Christopher Crowe, who doesn't have a lot of credits to his name, but he's directed single episodes of stuff like Help, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and Miami Vice. But when you go back to his IMDb to check these things out, all of them are like just one episode, or like maybe like it wasn't Miami Vice, but it was one of the other ones I mentioned. And like he did like episode 2 and then episode 7, and I'm like, when I see shit like that happen, I'm like, this is one of those things where like you're very choosy with what you do. And I think that helps, like, if you go watch all their shit. Like, for instance, the Safdie brothers. They don't do a lot of stuff. But the stuff that they do feels like a Safdie brothers thing. You know what I mean?
I understand, but I think mostly that's he just happened to get the fucking, like, it was a situation where he just kept applying, and they're like, yeah, fuck it, we need you for writing for this episode. And more like, he just got what he got. He didn't necessarily choose the project. He's just like, oh, good, a project. So when he got a chance to write a movie, he's like, okay, I'm going to use what I can to actually do something with a budget.
Yeah, but as far as this movie goes, though, I feel like, you know, I thought it blended a little bit of horror and really ramped up the thriller versus the romantic part, which kind of sold me. I mean, I think that people who hate romance movies could probably really, really enjoy this. You know, but the reason why I think directing is so important with something like this, though, because I normally don't say that, but it's just like whoever James Foley is, and I don't know too much about his shit, but it's like everything seemed to be more intense, like even the sexuality, the language, the violence, all that stuff. But I guess at this point, we should probably get down to what the synopsis is. And we'll probably go back and forth, Alan. I mean, me and you read each other so well, but I'll start off, and anything I get wrong, correct me. But Reese Witherspoon is apparently living with her dad. And I'll go and show the trailer as I'm talking about this too, because very visual. I didn't even know who the fuck Reese Witherspoon was as I was watching this until like halfway point. But she's living with her dad, and she apparently didn't live a long time with him because he and her mom split up, her actual mom. So he's now living with his new wife. So Reese is now living with him. And, when she's doing the typical, I'm growing up, Dad, because she's 16 years old. And she's like, I'm going to grow up and do whatever the fuck I want. You can't tell me what to do, Dad. And, the dad will get mad or whatever and be very controlling, but then will lose the control right away. He's like, oh, I'm not going to ground her. Oh, I'm not going to do this. Oh, she didn't show up late. Or she showed up late and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. And the stepmom's getting mad saying, like, dude, she's kind of looking like a slut. And, like, you're being easy on her because you feel like you owe her something because you were gone. And you're just creating a problem. And she's right. The stepmom actually, even though she's a bitch in this movie, she was right. Reese is acting kind of foolish. And as we continue on, he continues going easy on Reese until eventually she ditches school and goes to a bar with her slutty-ass friend and her overage boyfriend. And we'll get into that. The boyfriend, Logan. That motherfucker was like a grown-ass 30-something-year-old. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on there. And they never really talk about that too much, too. We'll get into that as well as far as the ages go, especially Mark Whalberg's age. But what happens is this guy starts a fight at a fucking rave, and during this rave, Reese and Mark Whalberg leave, and because of that situation, they get to know each other, and they end up making out that first night. And you think it's kind of cool because he's starting to fall in love with her. They go to a roller coaster. He fingers her. All that shit's going on. And Corey calls me. And
Corey's like, Link, I need a link to that scene.
And Mark Whalberg just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So they go through and they're dealing with this gate, and it's a typical, quintessential, teenagers fall in love, and basically they go through on a bunch of dates, and just everything seems kind of normal. And by that point, I don't know how the rest of the cast, like how everyone else here was feeling, but I was just like, yo, this is just like two people with almost no chemistry are just going through this, and I'm like, I don't know what to expect from this movie, whatever. But then immediately, like, she's talking to one of her buddies, Gary, and they give a friend hug. And Mark Wahlberg just loses his shit and starts stomping the motherfucker. And you're like, what the fuck? Then pushes Reese Witherspoon's character on the floor, gives her a black eye. Now at that point, it's like, okay, this just became a completely different fucking movie. Because you see, like, the anger in his face, and you see, like, you can understand why he did it. Because, like, oh, he thought maybe she was cheating on him or something. But, like, immediately after that, he becomes a completely different character. She becomes afraid of him, talks to her parents, typical normal teenager stuff. After that, then Mark Wahlberg starts kind of losing. You start seeing this darkness in the character build. You're like, oh, this is what was hidden underneath. Like he is like starts out being like this gentleman, but then he eventually starts like he has an anger that he was hiding in within there. And as it goes on through the movie, it's like she eventually kind of forgives. And it's like, okay, maybe he basically comes in like, oh, that was just I fucked up. I was just so intense, and I love you. He basically says this typical shit you'd expect from somebody who has a history of doing this. He knew the right words to say to manipulate her to get her back in his life.
Yeah, now, and by the way, the craziness, continues, and we'll talk about that as we review it and everything, too, because we're not going to spoil it too much, but at the same time, there's shit that we're going to spoil because it is a old movie, so, who gives a fuck. But right away, Alan, I got to ask you, the romantic aspect, effective or not?
At first, no. I felt that it was just like, oh, they're the two main stars, so they have to fall in love. But it wasn't until after the first, I guess, scene of violence where you're like, okay, that's where they actually start to showcase, like, I believe she was afraid of Mark Whalberg, but I never really believed she loved him just because the movie told me that, but like it spends enough time her being scared of him. I'm like, I believe you're actually more scared of him than you actually like the guy.
Really quick, Tyler Perry's wig. Thank you very much for the follow, and I love that fucking name. That's hilarious because that wig. He said, "But Tyler Perry's wig," because Tyler Perry, he's known for his terrible wigs in those fucking bad movies. There was this movie called A Fatal Affair, I think it was, or A Fall from Grace. That's what it was, and there's this horrible fucking wig, and the fact that inspired you to make that name, you're a wonderful person, and I love that fucking screen name.
That fucking high top with no fade.
It was so fucking bad.
Oh, shit was so thick on the sides, just like, god damn.
That shit was.
Did you make this movie in an afternoon? You're gonna spend an extra $5 to try to make that a little bit better?
No, he was literally making movies like, hey, made 2 movies in 2 days. Fucking work ethic. Like there ain't no time on Tyler Perry's schedule, bro. Fuck actually thinking about it. But the wig, though, I like the wig. And hey, no one talks about anybody else's wig. Tyler Perry's wig has an identity.
Actually, shitty wigs are a talking point in a lot of things. Like people were talking shit about the Geralt's wig in The Witcher.
Oh, really? Oh, you're right. Shit, I forgot about that. That is a pretty bad wig. That's fucking awful.
I actually didn't mind it, but like I know a lot of people were talking shit about it.
I'm tired of goddamn. Marky Mark tried to have his hate crime scrubbed from his record so he can get a gig as a deputy or dumb shit like that. He never apologized for his victim, and then there's the shit he said about the 911. Yeah,
Or
so
9/11.
or 9/11. Yeah, I don't even remember what that was too. And there's probably a lot of stuff that I probably should have done like some research on. But I want to focus mainly on just this movie too, just so you guys know if I end up like not reading some of the stuff that you guys are saying, just because I'm getting through this and everything. And I will say that like there will be times, especially when we're talking about bad movies, there will be times we're going to bring in Mark Whalberg again, and we will do some thick research into how much of a piece of shit this guy is in real life. But this character is enough of a piece of shit that we can just fully focus on Fear.
He basically played himself in this movie.
Essentially, I mean, there's a part where he says the F word and he doesn't have Brooklyn accent, like, hey, stop being an F word, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't sound like that at all. Fuck that up. But, I'm working on my Boston accent. Anyways, Jed, I'm going to ask you, could you see yourself falling for someone like Whalberg at the age of 16?
With his 23-year-old ass? No.
Well, 23-year-old, okay, that doesn't sound like. I mean, it's still like above age and blah blah.
She was 16. He was 23 in this movie.
Oh, they say he was 23.
Yeah, because I know they didn't. Did they say an age? Because I know it's like he was older than her, but I could never.
Well, because
really
I thought he
place
was
the age.
30. That's what in my head. I was like, this fucking 30-year-old trying to fuck this chick because he looks older.
No, because at first I was just like, okay, he was at like the bar or whatever, in like the first couple scenes or whatever. So I was just like, okay, maybe he's just a teenager who skipped like they did. And then his dad talks about like, oh yeah, he's in and out of foster homes since like 18, and it's just like, okay, so then he has to be around the 19 and 21 mark. And then I finally looked it up. It's just like, oh, 16-year-old Reese Witherspoon and 23-year-old Mark Whalberg. So I was just like, oh. Yeah. And I should have realized too, because Alyssa Milano had something going on with his friend in the movie who was just like, he looked older than all of them. And all of them were like 25 or something like that. He looked full on 40.
Yeah,
but I think what threw it off is because he was so casually walking in the school. Because like there was times like they're at the lunch table and he goes in and sees her. It's like, okay. And then again, this is also the 90s and late 80s where they always had 30-year-olds playing fucking high school people. So it's like it wouldn't be too far out of the
That's why not so like but just like the fact that he was like that they even allowed the fact that the dad was the only one just like, yeah, you're bringing home a 23-year-old man? Like, what the fuck you doing?
Oh, okay.
He's the only one with some common sense in this fucking movie.
Yeah, because at what point did you think that Reese was actually being really fucking stupid? Like, right away, or do you feel like there was a certain, like...
When she gave out the fucking pin to the house.
Yes. Oh, my God. Like, how does horniness get you... Like, at least be like...
I don't think it's, to me, it's weird because, like, I actually didn't ever find the character necessarily acting dumb, but not too dumb for her age or what she would have been experienced. Because, again, it was dumb love. It's like, oh, hey, sneak in at night. Here's the door code. After the first hit, I was like, ooh, what's going to happen with this character? But then she forgives him, like, okay, this isn't too far outside the realms. But then immediately as he starts getting worse and worse, she books it in a way that's like, okay, that was a bit more mature than I expected. Like, I personally never really felt her to be too stupid for her age.
Now, for me, it's just like, even at 13, I knew, like, hey, don't give out, like, certain, information to anybody. And if I had a house with security, I would know, like, hey, like, because by the way, what she did, I was still kind of like, I don't know if this guy is really all that bad, because essentially he's just driving in a car and she's like, hey, come fuck me. And he's like, oh, well, I'm not going to say no. Fuck yeah, I'll be right there.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing is like, she could just get up, open the door, let him in.
Oh, no, that's 100% fair. But, like, to me, it's like I'm looking at essentially we're looking at a character that's basically never dealt with any problems in her life. She's always been protected in one way or another. She's never, like, so the idea is like, oh, yeah, security, I don't really care. I'm living in the middle of nowhere. I never had to deal with anything that was construed as a threat in my entire life. So, yeah, fuck you, use the door code. I don't give a shit. Be the equivalent of here's a key to my house, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. But that was, like, really fucking annoying for me, too. One other thing, too, Jed, is, like, what did you think about the stepmom and how she handled her daughter's bullshit?
I thought she was actually pretty annoying at first. Like, she's like, oh, you got on too much makeup. You fucking, like, you look like a slut. Like, damn. Or like, okay, giving off the hater stepmom vibes.
Well, the thing I don't like about the mom too is like, even like, or the stepmom is like, even later on after she kind of established herself, like, as I'm the bitchy stepmom. After that, she also gets in the situation where like she becomes like very like she's using the youth and sexual attraction of Mark Wahlberg to like get her husband jealous, and it's like, oh, since you want to go work and provide for this house, you fucking asshole douchebag, because men suck.
And it's just like also the fucked up thing she does in this movie is just like, oh yeah, our daughter just told us about like how this dude caused her to get a black eye. Like even though like my husband, you said, yeah, you're not allowed to like, his daughter isn't allowed to go out anymore. Like, okay, just invite the boyfriend to the house. Like, bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, like that was the thing that's really frustrating for me too. But like, there was just a lot, like just constantly. Like, there's even a part, and I feel like this is like an issue with the actress. But like, there's a part where like, Mark Wahlberg is and this is way like at the end where he's like, assaulting him and all this other shit's going on. And when he's doing it, he's like, by the way, make sure to leave the wife to me or something. And she's like, no, help, leave the wife to me. And she like literally stops crying. It was like, damn, girl, like, did you really want Whalberg that bad? It was like, please, no. Oh, you're gonna fuck me though? Okay, I guess I'll just shut up.
She want part of that funky bunch, though.
Yeah, like what the fuck, dude? Like it's like the girls can't handle themselves with this dude. Like, I mean, this is like the director of this movie and the casting of this is almost created like a fucking harem for Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, it was fucking weird. But what do you think about
the vibrations, though?
What do you think about the stepmom, Alan?
Yeah, I kind of did at first. I was just like, oh, she has to be the stepmom that almost cares, but she's just going to be an asshole the whole time. But then after a while, she kind of like, the first time it's like, oh, you're just like a son. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, just sit there and make sure that she'll never like you. But then after a while, when it's like her daughter really needed her, she was there. Like as a probably like they never did the whole thing. Oh, now I'll call you mom. They never do that bullshit in the movie, which I always hate. Like I feel like that should be like something like over years you eventually get used to that. And they kind of get that in the movie, but like when
he's making bad decisions both in a aggressive and passive way with his daughter. It's like no matter what, he was making the worst decision possible.
Oh no, I just got a weird like maybe this is just '96, but a weird like I thought they were gonna play some bullshit where he was a stepdad and he wanted to fuck her or some shit. Because I don't know if I just caught the wrong vibe from there, but I'm like,
well, no, he's checking out that young girl. That
they had
that too.
Yeah, they had that weird ass scene that doesn't lead to really anything at all. It's just like, why do you even put that in there?
Yeah,
because I thought they were gonna do some. I legitimately thought they were gonna do some bullshit where he becomes the villain, tries to kill Mark Wahlberg to be with his daughter, whatever the fuck. Like they're gonna put some incest bullshit.
Yeah, and by the way, okay, so that's like another question here that I didn't even like have kind of planned in my head to talk about or whatever, and I almost don't want to talk about it, but like there was a part where like when she bends over and like that scene, she's not really saying anything that's like, come look at me, you want this pussy or whatever. She's like literally just like cleaning something or grabbing her bag or whatever, but she's bending down and he's looking at her ass, but he's not like doing anything weird about it. He's just like, oh, I mean, yeah, I like a nice ass. I mean, she has a butt. And Mark's looking at him, and he's like, you like it? And he's kind of like giving him a look of like, no, I don't like it. Like, I look for like, I'm not weird.
Well, no, he got caught. Like, he actually got caught, and the guy goes, oh, hey, you like that? He's like, no. Like, he was basically trying to like play it off cool because he just got caught looking because he's literally a married guy, and that's a fucking 16 to 18-year-old.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Is like that guy is the good guy. Like, and then the rest of the movie, he doesn't do anything that's like bad. So I was like, is the movie trying to tell me that it's okay to look at a girl's ass?
That's what I was thinking. Like, it's the '96 because again, the '90s was a weird time because like her friend Gary the whole time. I'm like, usually they play off the guy like because at one point like Mark Whalberg beats the shit out of him because it's like, oh crap, you're trying to hit on my girl. Well, like, are they gonna play that route? It's like they never do. So I'm like, is he supposed to be gay? But they never really do anything with that character. But I'm like, it's also the '90s.
Yeah. Well, another thing too about him too is like, and that's why I like older movies as well, especially from the '90s, because they were really like, I mean, like okay, rules to things like for instance, songs had to have verse 1, chorus 1, verse 2, chorus 2, bridge, boom, done, whatever. I think movies work that way too with certain things, but like here, I mean, we'll get to the ending later, but it's very abrupt, and then like, there's certain things like okay, you fuck with like this male friend of Reese Witherspoon. Usually, I'm like, oh, he's easily gonna come back and like win, beat. Save the day. He's gonna fuck up Mark Whalberg. That doesn't happen.
No.
And like even the dad, who like he's kind of like the main like go fuck yourself Whalberg character in this movie, and even he doesn't really get a comeuppance to an extent. It's really.
Oh man, you know who saves the goddamn day? That fucking younger brother.
Yes, he was great. I love the younger brother. Like he is badass. So that's something I really did appreciate about this. Like that was actually pretty cool. But thinking about everything else here too, man. Like the friend, what's her name, Margie or Margot? Forgot her name.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think it was Margot, played by Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, Alyssa Milano. And by the way, what is Alyssa Milano on?
Riggy.
No.
Wait, was she on?
Charmed.
Charmed. Oh, okay. But yeah, like, do you like her at all, Jet? Like the actress.
I did not like her character at all in Charmed. I think from what I've seen, she is a good actress. I hated her fucking character in Charmed. I couldn't stand her.
What was her character again?
Hmm?
What was her character again?
In Charmed?
No, yeah, she was one of the sister witches, but her whole thing was sleeping around and like it's just the whole fucking. She never learns her lesson, and apparently her lesson was like, don't give up on love. And the thing is, like, she hasn't. We get the fucking point already.
Yeah, dude, but she's in this movie. I'm gonna look her up. I'll just type in fear and see if she pops up. Please don't show titties or something, because this always happens. Wow, but you know what they did show? That part I was talking about with the ass.
There we go. Now you have a visual representation for the scene we were talking about.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: is like that's all she is sexual attraction until like I guess the very end. But like, my God, honestly, and here's the thing too that I really like about this movie. Once again, is like, you know, as far as what we know in the beginning and the middle of the movie, we're like, oh, slut, whatever. And there's a part where I was like, oh my God, like she's a bitch. I fucking don't like her. She's obviously the bad guy. But they even switched that around where like she's victimized.
Yeah. Eventually, like, that's what the interesting thing about this movie is that everyone comes in with like basically like the one note character, but then by the end of it, they become 3-dimensional characters. Like except for maybe some of Mark Wahlberg's buddies, but like for the most part, everyone gets some sort of arc where it's like you start to discover kind of who they are as a person. It's really actually kind of interesting by the time it gets to the end of it.
Yeah, man, and that's one thing I really liked about this, where it kept like turning things on its head, and there was an unpredictability. There was predictabilities in there. There were things I was like, oh yeah, this is when this happens because it's a romantic thriller. But there was shit where I'm like, God damn, like I like this about '90s movies where y'all just keep fucking like, you know, doing things where it's like, you know, just a slight movement to the right versus the left. It's like, oh, which way are we going? Oh, the same place we were, but you changed it around. Like that was actually pretty cool. But yeah, man, as far as all this other stuff goes, the one thing that kept coming to mind that was really funny for me, because I make fun of you, Alan, all the time, saying that, you know, you have a crush on Mark Whalberg. And I was just like, man.
I told you, by the way, after Spencer Confidential, I'm done.
But I was like, dude, when there's times where like he's walking with her, and it feels like the romantic aspect of this is actually pretty good the way they do it. It seems legitimate. And I was like, man, Alan's going to be so jealous of that girl.
Of Reese Witherspoon?
Yes.
Oh, no, not with Mark Wahlberg in the 90s. Not with that hair. What the fuck? What were you thinking, bro?
Bro, yeah, it goes with it so well. But I don't know. But I do want to focus on that girl, I guess, more. Alyssa Morano Malabadabadu. Jet, would you have accepted the explanation from Reese's friend considering how she was victimized? Or would it still be very hard for you to believe? Because Reese, I think, should have, even at the end, popped her in the fucking mouth for that shit.
No, because like, it was clear that she got abused, especially like she was obviously under the influence, and how Mark Wahlberg came in and she's like, oh yeah, I believe her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Reese Witherspoon's character, like, basically, essentially not, like, she saw it too, but she didn't really get the context. But you, as an audience member, since you essentially got the hear what was going on, you're seeing the almost him grabbing her by the throat, and it's like, Reese Witherspoon just sees her, like, having a quick conversation and then going upstairs. But as the audience member, you see how bad that was.
So, Alan,
yeah, and, like, even, like, the next day afterwards when she actually goes to Reese Witherspoon's house. I keep forgetting the name of her character, but I keep saying Reese Witherspoon.
Nicole, I think.
Yeah, Nicole.
Yeah, she goes over to Nicole's house.
Nico.
Yeah. And it's just like she obviously looks very, very distressed and everything like that. Like she's obviously hiding something, but feels very, very remorseful about it. Like she doesn't like she just feels gross about it. You can basically see it in her acting.
Yeah.
Now, Alan, I got a question for you, sir.
What's up?
You probably can you guess what my question is?
I literally have no fucking idea what you're gonna ask.
So I'm gonna give you a scenario. Okay.
Oh God.
If you knew you're gonna be at risk of getting physically hurt, what would you do if you're banging your chick and one of your buddies grabbed her and said, "You're coming with me," and she actually left? Are you fighting? Are you crying? Are you saying, "Well, she ain't the one then," and moving and you know move on from this? Like,
is all three an option? Because I'll be saying that in my head. Well, I guess she's not the one. Fuck. Tears of rage, and whoever that person is my friend anymore. We're fighting right then and there.
Because I'm just saying, like, he just goes with, like, hey, like, you want me, you want this dick, and she's like, well, you know, I'm kind of in the middle of something, okay, you know, whatever. I mean, there was more going into that.
Yeah,
but
again, that's not my buddy if he's basically forcing a chick to leave with him. I'm like, okay, bro, I don't know what the fuck here, and I don't know how to see this.
She gets it right away, though. It's like, Maybe she was always gonna do this. And
Oh,
at least it's happening in
100%
front of her.
sure. But then also my friend was the one that did it. It wasn't some rando dude at the party. If it was some rando dude at the party, I'm still gonna fight the motherfucker.
Okay, but let's say you only do one of those. You're crying, or you're fighting, or you're just gonna say, "Hey, all right, that's it. I don't give a fuck."
Probably no. I would give a fuck no matter what. There's no situation in which I wouldn't care unless it's like a random girl just sits down for 2 seconds and then just leaves. I'm like, okay, that was fucking weird.
Okay.
Like if I just random girl just starts lap dancing and then some dude just grabs her and takes her, I'm like, okay, glad to be of service or whatever the fuck
By the way,
happened.
this was like when Jay asked me a question. By the way, guys, is that none of the answers usually fucking like can fit. I can't choose between A, B, or C. I'm trying to give Alan. I put him in the world, and I can tell how much is bothering him because he still hasn't answered the fucking question. It's like all of them.
It depends.
Well,
It would be all of them because I can't sit there and what do you think? Go.
yeah,
Like,
my
is that
friend,
what you want?
my
Like,
friend actually did it. My best friend literally did that one time. And by the way, like,
best friend with the ex. You should just put in front of that motherfucker.
no, I didn't fuck with the girl. I'm just saying, like, my friend had that situation happen where he was at a party
Oh.
once with this girl, and you know, like, and it was really weird. Like, she would do things. She tried to blow him right in front of me once, and I was like, okay, that's fucking weird. Like, you know, and I warned him, like, hey, dude, if she's willing to be blowing you, and then keep in mind, like, there's rules to things, like a Bronx Tale. I brought this up a while back where they say, like, hey, like, here's a test to see if a girl's gonna stay with you, and like one of those tests that you definitely break is if a girl is willing to give a blowjob to somebody without like everyone's gonna be fucking. It's just her and two guys in one room, and she just starts going at it. That girl has some experience, and the future experience ain't gonna be with you. You know, that's one of the things you can tell. And I warned him, and he didn't fucking listen. And then he went to this party, and that same thing in this fucking movie happened with her. And instead of getting up and fighting or doing whatever, he actually sat there and he cried. And he called me. He's like, she's in the room. I can hear them. And I was
I
like,
ain't staying at a party. Fuck that.
well, he didn't know how to get home. There was no lift at that time. It was like 2
Oh yeah, that's true.
and plus, he's young. Keep in mind, he's like a 21-year-old at that time. He's just like, oh my god, I don't know where to go. They're drinking.
Well, yeah, at that point, you just wanted on the fucking street because your life's kind of over. 21 is also pretty old. I was only like, unless this was like unless you were like 10 at the time, Nick. 21 is probably pretty old for that shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, 2000. Like, do the math. Like, it was 2006, 2007. So what? Fucking 13 years ago, and he's 1 year above me. So fucking yeah, he was like 18, 17, something like that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that would be about that time. Yeah, 18. You're pretty fucking doing some dumb shit then.
Yeah. So yeah, but like that's why I asked that question. But I mean, aside from that, we'll stop with the scenarios and all the other shit here.
He just
Overall-
wanted to hear me go. I would cry. That's the only reason he fucking asked.
Yeah, because I was gonna use it against you later on for the shows. That would have been really funny.
No, because
but-
I'm gonna get fucking mad, like really fucking mad, because it's like, how do you sit there and disrespect me? Not necessarily to the girl, because whatever she wants to do is her own fucking choice. But like, if you're my friend, you're essentially saying I don't give a fuck about your existence. I just want my nut. I'm like, okay, you're not even gonna like you're just gonna disrespect me like that as a person. We're not friends anymore. We're probably fighting with them.
I like the idea of like a post-apocalyptic version of that, like Mean Rain's like better him than me, but it's about getting your nut versus like food or whatever. So
What?
yeah, no, because there's a part in Dawn of the Dead 2004 movie where he was like better him than me in some crazy situation, but the way you say it's like, man, you gonna do all the shit to me just for your nut. It's like,
Yeah,
I
because
don't know,
like,
like, that's
our friendship is how long it takes to orgasm. Okay, have fun for the next 30 seconds.
but I mean, dude, let's be honest. There's nothing better than orgasm in the world. There's nothing better. Can you name one? That's why I don't like that Rain for Double Toast is better than sex. Really, a movie's better than sex? Who are you fucking and stewing around?
I mean, my friendship with you.
Oh God. Well, moving on. So this movie, overall, and I know I'm saying this a lot nowadays.
Damn, love gets Nick uncomfortable, Alan.
Oh yeah,
really
the
does. I
best
don't
way to
like-
beat Nick is to start complimenting him, because it like you don't need to lie, just be like truthful and it'll kill him.
Yeah, but you know, it's all fake. It's all good. But here's the thing, though, guys. We're moving on. It's later. I think the ending of the movie was great. I thought it was very shocking at times. While you know, I think that this is not that boring. It's only an hour and like what 30 minutes, Alan. I don't know if you're
Something like that. It's about, I think it's under an hour and 40. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really cool, and I appreciate filmmaking this made for the audience. It was economically paced. I thought that was pretty cool. And I saw effort. I mean, there's definitely effort here, and I see potential because, yeah, someone can come out and make a movie like this today and spend very little money and just have a tight, amazing fucking writing team. And I mean, because one person wrote this too, and one person directed. It wasn't all these stupid like hands in the fucking pot here. So I thought that was pretty cool too. But I think there is potential for a movie like this to be made nowadays. Like do something different. One movie that did that Jeff's gonna argue with me, and it was a romantic thriller, but it wasn't Fall from Grace, but it's the other one, A Fatal Affair, and they went very horror with not Mike Epps but Omar Epps. Like they did, and Jet, like I know you want to hate me because of that movie, and you and I disagreeing with it, but I thought it was a good movie. And I think that you can still do that with a romantic thriller.
If you've seen one of those, you've seen them all because they all do the same thing. Like that's no different from this movie either. This movie did the same thing those psycho movies always do. Like B for B. The only thing is, like, I will say, I think Mark Whalberg basically sold this movie the most. Everyone else in like those psycho movies usually like, okay, they just do something really fucking weird at the end, and then all of a sudden there's a standoff at their house. But at least with Mark, I say his name too many times. Just
Marky Mark.
Yeah, I know, right? I get that. Mark Whalberg. That's not what
you just keep saying it, and just you're gonna end up with a tongue twister.
You're gonna end up with a fucking Whopper from Burger King. Mark Whalberg.
No, there actually is a Wahlburgers like place.
Yeah, I know, and
It's
they know that shit went together. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The other thing is, with a lot of those psycho movies, a lot of them get very, very campy at a certain point where it's just like, this shit's never gonna fucking happen. This is stupid as fuck. They're hacking the mainframe and all this other shit. Like, okay, come on. With this one, at least, everything that happened in this movie, I can see happening.
Yeah.
No,
like this is probably one of the more realistic ones that I've seen. With how how it starts off, and how it ends, like with the standoff and everything. There's a little bit of like, okay, but like everything like before that, just like, okay, I can see all that shit happening.
Yeah. No, me too. Quite a bit.
Especially with the stuff with the police and like how they weren't doing anything. Like, yeah.
No, I'm actually in the same boat with you. And to wrap it up, I give this a 3.5 out of 5 for me. I would recommend this to anybody. I think that anybody who doesn't want to be a critic, you can actually see something like this and enjoy it. And I know I'm not going on a big rant about that every single fucking review we do, but I'm not gonna do it this time. But it's just like, you'll be able to predict this movie, but like, don't watch this as a critic. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the fucking movie. 3.5 out of 5 for me. A whole sub above average. And I'm really liking going back to watch these old things because they did do things differently, and that's cool. But Alan, how about you, sir?
For me, 3 out of 5. Not necessarily for any reasons other was what you said. It's just that first 30 minutes to me, I was legitimately like debating if I want to keep going just because I could not get past how zero chemistry everyone had. How much I didn't really care what was going on. This was every single 90s. I didn't like, you told me it was a horror romance. I'm like, yeah, it's probably more of a horror movie because everyone's a one-note character that kind of just goes nowhere. But then once it starts to get somewhere, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Some stuff is predictable, but there are other stuff where I'm like, I actually legitimately just didn't see where a lot of this stuff was going. But I think one of the more interesting things was something Jess said earlier about how realistic this movie is. Like, there's a lot about this movie that played into the fears parents have about their kids dating. Of what if the person they're dating is, especially for young women, it's like, what if the person they're dating is way older and has like more experience and is very manipulative? What if that person is extremely dangerous, is into drugs or into weapons or into something that could harm, whatever? It's like, what if this person just doesn't deal with rejection well? And like, how do,
and was a master manipulator.
Yeah, he managed to manipulate her multiple times, and it's like she's like begging for help at some points and doesn't know how to deal with that shit. It's like a lot of that stuff where it's like when she's in this scene where she's in that bathroom, she's just breaking down. I'm like, fuck, like this is stuff people have to deal with in the 90s and now, where it's like this is applicable to a lot of the shit that we see nowadays of people that just older people preying on younger women that know how to manipulate them. There's a lot of this movie, and then once it gets to the actual, I say the last 30 minutes is the real horror aspect. And even then, I was just like, this reminds me of a lot of other movies. But I'm just like, I like this because it was very realistic, where I'm like, oh, they actually are having a tough time doing this. This is not an easy affair. There's a couple parts where I'm like, oh, really, you did that? But I'm like, oh, wait, they're still having trouble dealing with this part of the movie. It's not until like, okay, that makes a lot of sense why this happened. But by the end of it, I'm like, okay, everything here feels very like, there's a lot of good stuff that happens. For me, it was unpredictable, especially everything with the little brother. I was like, this is the second movie I've seen like this week where a child character is like one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Yeah, which I love that because there's been a long time with me and hating child characters. Like, my God.
They're conservative. I don't think he said anything the entire climax, but it makes a lot of sense because a lot of fucked up shit happens.
Yeah.
But they play it off extremely well. Like, would you say that's the most realistic? I don't know, but like they play it off as good as you should.
Yeah, which is appreciative. I love that very much. But yeah, you said 3 out of 5 though.
Yeah, 3 out of 5. I'm just like as much as like I enjoyed it. I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. It's like, no, this is just an enjoyable movie.
But before we continue on to Jet's rating really quick, I just want to ask you, like, what is your thing about, like, I mean, are you really sick of the 90s movies aspect or whatever, and there's something about it that makes you go, like, this is wearing thin on my fucking patience?
No. I'm just sick of 90s comedies.
Oh, okay.
I think comedies in the 90s. I think honestly, I've always had a hate affair with comedies. I think most comedies are fucking terrible outside of a couple classics. But like the ones in the 90s were just bad because it was all just Chris Farley clones.
Yeah. Goddamn, you're right. All the yelling, all the fucking slapstick, and
Man-child, and you gotta scream. And how do we show that this character's like unstable? Just have them screaming randomly at any point.
Yeah. No, that explains a lot of misbehaving ass kids at school, just fucking screaming in the damn. Run up here!
That was the height of comedy: is run into a brick fucking wall.
Yeah, and yeah, you guys make fun of Kevin Hart. How fucking dare you?
Yeah, because he was a spawn of that. When Chris Farley passed
Kevin
away,
Hart will never be Spawn.
Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of Kevin Smith. My bad.
No, I'm just fucking around. I'm just being stupid. But either way, though, Jed, what was your rating for this, and any closing comments that you'd like to make that we haven't made already?
I gotta agree with you guys with giving this a 3 out of 5. Like I said before, this is a lot like all those other like psycho stalker movies. Like, oh, we meet up somewhere. Oh, and then this dude gets obsessed with me. Like, oh, he's basically like going to fucking 100. The only thing is with the teenager and the older man whole thing is that it seems a lot more realistic, and that's where it actually gets a little bit scary. I will say this movie isn't scary, but it is creepy.
It's thrilling.
Very creepy. Like, especially that first 40 minutes where it's just like, this dude is giving me super unsettling vibes. I don't like him, like, at all. In fact, I don't know if she sees in him, because I would have had to basically walk away from him.
Yeah. No. And I will say, like, that happens so often, too, with people. Like, just like people always saying, like, well, why is she with him? Why is that? It's like, you don't understand. You just don't know. But it's like, this is one of those fucking things where I'm like, God damn, like, girl, you must be stupid. Like,
they played the manipulation thing pretty well, too. With I think Reese actually did it pretty well with this character.
Yeah, I disagree with that, but I can see what you mean, though. I mean, like, yeah. I mean,
in my opinion, she did pretty good with that. Especially except for that fucking roller coaster. That scene went on way too fucking long. It's just like
that was like what 5 minutes.
Why is this here? Like, this ain't adding fucking nothing. Also, you gotta finger someone on a fucking roller coaster. He's gonna do some damage to your fucking pussy.
I don't know if it'll do damage to the pussy. He's gonna stay in the same spot.
I feel like you're gonna do some damage to the pussy. Going down the big drop while you're fingering someone.
It wasn't one of the big roller coasters like a fucking Disneyland that go 800 miles an hour. It was just the fucking circle ones.
I don't know. I don't trust that.
I mean, I have no experience in this, or will ever have any experience in this.
Dude,
but they should be fine.
Bust a nut on a roller coaster, dude. Just like you just like, oh god, and then like you
so
shoot.
You want Mark Whalberg to finger you on a roller coaster?
No, but then like imagine like if you shoot, but like because of wind, it's like spitting in the air and it comes back in your face, but you just shoot and it's like it just goes back in your body.
Why are we have? Please stop. Give your fucking rating.
But anyway, I definitely like the second half like way more.
Yeah.
But no, 3 out of 5 seems pretty reasonable.
Oh, look at that! We all agreeing up in here, even though I gave it the most rating because I'm the nicest.
Yeah, well, hey, it makes up for the fucking Chris Farley Black Sheep, where you also gave it a 3. As we all tried to debate if we did 0 or 1 or
I'm
a 4
sorry, you guys don't like to have fun. I mean, that's
we
that's
do.
A problem. That's a
we
problem
just don't like Chris Farley's fun.
Well, that seems to be a problem of your own, huh, sir?
Actually, you know what? We didn't talk about the dad enough for me. It's just like. He's definitely super overprotective. Usually in other movies, I absolutely cannot stand that shit. Just like, oh my god, you had sex with my daughter and all this other stuff. Like, he had every reason to be angry because, like, in the beginning of the movie, he doesn't seem super strict. He does give her a curfew and all this other stuff. And then when you find out his age, and that he's definitely having sex with her and stuff like that. And he also
not the dad, by the way, Mark Whalberg.
No, and then he finds out like the boyfriend also like hit her, just like, yeah, like I'd be pretty pissed off too. I'm pretty sure most dads would go and beat his ass, but he had to be I mean, he tried other things. He tried calling the police, nothing was done. They started going to his house, fucking with him, so he went back. Is at this point just like what it actually is he's supposed to do, except fight back in some sort of way.
I mean, he will try to, but the guy's like 45, and Mark Wahlberg's like in his prime. He would have got his ass kicked.
Basically, so there's nothing really he could do. The police weren't any help, so just like he can't. He also couldn't just stand there and just watch his daughter get fucked up.
That's
So it's just
such
like
an
one of those
hilarious situation,
situations
by the
where
way.
it's just like, what the hell do we do?
That's a hilarious situation. Like, imagine. I mean, this is not hilarious. I need to really work out, by the way. In case
You are
that happens.
the worst when it comes to hilarious. You always say that. Oh man, that shit was so funny. So this dude got shot in the face.
No.
I swear to God, you do that all the time, man.
No.
Oh man, this shit's
Hey,
hilarious.
Roxy,
So
you're
this
muted.
grandmother.
Roxy, your mic is muted. I can tell you unmuted yourself, but the thing's not working.
Okay.
What'd you say?
So there's a story similar to what Alan just made a joke about that happened to me today.
Well, what?
Someone got shot in the
in the
face?
No, but it's rather unfortunate because
Okay.
I just wanted to be happy and life said no.
What happened?
So I had a shitty day at work, right? So I'm like, I cried and broke down to a coworker over everything that's been going on. She's like, no, I think you're a good person. I'm like, okay, well, I can go off with that. I have a venting session with our friends like 90 and Trey, and then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go pick ganja up. Let's go to Culver's. I want to feel good about myself. I want to get a fucking custard and shit.
Uh-huh.
We order our food, and then all of a sudden, we're waiting for our food. So they ask us to pull around a corner. We see a table full of 3 people with like clipboards and shit, and I'm like, oh, here we go. It's probably some like save the world, save the whales bullshit, right?
Yeah, I hate fuck whales.
So she waves at me, and I'm like, She asked me to roll down my window. I roll down the window. I have my mask on because, of course, we're in a pan dulce. And on top of that,
Pozole.
I am horrible at hiding my emotions. So she comes up to me with the clipboard, and she's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing pretty good. What's this little thing you got going on? Well, did you know that Colorado is one of the top states where children kill themselves? If I didn't not that children killing themselves is funny, but like, I just had a fucking shitty day. Just give me my burger and custard and let me fucking leave.
No,
So
you must think about the child suicide right now.
So I have my mask on, and I got 90s and Trey talking shit on my fucking like car radio thing. So I turned it all the way down because if I hear anything else that these fuckers have to say, I'm gonna lose my shit and laugh in her face. So I'm just like, okay, I didn't know that. So what does that have to do with what you're out here today? So, do you want to donate to help stop child suicides?
It's like, I don't think my $5 might. I don't think it's gonna help, dog.
And then she tried to guilt trip me, so she's like, hey, we accept cash, and if you don't have cash, we take card.
I feel like at that point,
It's like, I got
Just
shares in
before they're
Bitcoin.
just-
Go ahead, Jen. Go ahead.
you would just say like, "Oh, you know what? I'm a child of suicide. I killed myself."
I'm a child of suicide.
So I'm
what does
just
that
like-
even mean?
So I just look at her, and I'm
I'm
like,
not even here
okay.
right now.
So I'm like, okay, I have been fucking absolutely terrible the entire day. Some hoe that ages like milk is not gonna bully me into taking my fucking money when all I want is a burger. So I look at her, trying to hold back my laughter and shit, just like, oh, I'm sorry. I only brought enough money for burger. And I fucking drive off.
And I laughed my ass off in the passenger seat.
Is it wrong that I wanted to just be like, hey, I'm a child who also wanted to commit suicide at one point? Or just be like, fuck it, I'm for child suicide and just drive off.
Gang, gang!
One thing
No,
I
just
did.
be like, oh, that's cool. See ya.
So we did
Don't,
this
or
thing
don't
where-
even acknowledge it. Just be like staring at them and just leave.
We did this thing where we were selling or trying to get charity or donations for muscular dystrophy awareness, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And and I was really tired. This has happened after a breakup, so I was going like no sleep, and I was really depressed, and the whole world's about me at this point, right? Like anyone who breaks up. So I'm like just sitting there at the front of the fucking thing, and man, I was right next to this guy with the Salvation Army belt, and he's just like ding ding. I'm like, I'll fucking kill this motherfucker. Like
I walk past those all the fucking time.
Yeah,
all the fucking time. You're not
cowbell.
gonna fucking manipulate me.
Yep.
Yeah, like I'm gonna pay you to not be annoying. And by the way, he's still gonna fucking ding 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 right after I fucking give him my 50 cents. Fuck him.
I already don't trust the Salvation Army, so you ain't gonna manipulate me into giving you guys money.
And that's why I wear
Never.
headphones all the time.
Never trust the Starvation Army.
Yeah, dude. So I'm sitting there, and all day this motherfucker is an old dude. He just keeps looking at me and shit. We're not talking. We have no chemistry. If this is a movie, this would be terrible. And like he's just fucking looking at me, just ding ding, and I'm like, you know what's irritating me. You know you're fucking pissing me off. But that's not even part of the story. I don't know why I'm bringing that up. Anyways, so I'm stuck there all fucking day
Did
for
you
like
fight
5
him?
hours.
Like, how does this end?
No, I threw away his water. He had water. He's like, I need this out of here, and I trashed it away. Cause fuck him. I hope he fucking dies of
This
thirst.
man's doing shit for charity. You're like, man, fuck your water.
The water was free.
Dehydration time, bitch.
The water was free. Fuck him and his stupid fucking coffee cookies that you're selling or whatever the fuck. Anyways, the thing is though, by the way, Roxy kind of nodded right now. She's like, yeah, fuck Salvation Army.
No, I can tell you right now. I'm not gonna say who exactly I work for, but the people that I work for right now ended up making some of the absolute shittiest decisions, and I hope they burn in hell. Also, they're not LGBTQ friendly.
Yeah.
Or
No,
minority
so
friendly for that matter.
Autism speaks, definitely.
Autism Speaks is absolutely a fucking jip. Don't fall for it. Autism Speaks is for people that think they know what autism is, and then they try to spread what they think it is, so basically misinformation, to the general public. There's better like autism foundations out there that you should definitely donate to. Not them. Fuck them.
Yeah, but
No, they kill a bunch of fucking autistic kids too,
Mm.
in order to try to find a cure instead of basically like being like, okay, yeah, this is your child. Like, have you ever thought like maybe your kid does not want to be cured of autism?
I know, like, I wish I fucking like, had what way? Oh no.
Just, I'm gonna save you, Nick. No.
No, yeah, I'm not doing that. I used to be able to say that, not today. No, but the thing is though, and what I'm about to say is even worse. To finish up this fucking story, is essentially, I was fucking bored. I was tired. 5 hours doing this shit. So instead of saying, "Would you like to donate?" Because there's a whole sentence. You gotta say like, "Would you like to donate to the awareness of muscular dystrophy and other blah 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 blah," like this whole long thing. So I just started saying, "Would you like to donate to muscular dystrophy?" So, and that's all I said, because I want to like hurry up, like, yeah, they're gonna go buy their shit, they don't care. And this dude brightened my whole day. He comes up and I'm like, "Would you like to donate to muscular dystrophy?" He's like, "Nah, man, I don't want to help them out with a muscular dystrophy." Like he said, like, I don't want to like. I don't like muscular dystrophy. Like they're the bad guy. And I just laughed so fucking hard to the point where like my manager came out right when it happened. He's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "He just said because I fucked up." And I told him the story. He's like, "Yeah, no, but like that's cool, but our numbers for like the muscular dystrophy charity is like the lowest in all of our districts. So like, ha ha, but can you sell the shit?" I'm like, "No, what is muscular dystrophy?" He's like, go. Like, someone else gonna fucking take your spot. So, yeah, that's what began.
What is
thinking
this
about fucking
shit?
me. It was some fun stuff. But yeah, since then, though, I do know what muscular dystrophy is, and it's a very terrible thing. And if you guys can donate, do that. But don't do that because some fucking store. Because, by the way, when the store does it, they just give half of the fucking money to the district managers, and then they share amongst each other. Then the managers get a bonus because they were able to get their numbers up. But the people who actually sold the shit and got charities don't get fucking things. So don't donate when you're at those stores.
Every single major charity is a sham. Local charities actually do shit.
Yeah, same thing with breast
Shit,
cancer
there's
awareness.
shams too sometimes.
Breast cancer awareness is another fucked up one. I actually really, because the stories and the videos actually got me. I mean, that shit brought me to tears.
Of course it does, because everyone has everyone's that could be my mom someday or some shit.
The Susan G. Conan whatever for the cure.
Yeah.
All a fucking sham. How many millions, billions of dollars have people donated to find the fucking cure? And yet they focus more on just like, hey, wear pink. So show support for breast cancer. Like, pink, wearing the fucking color pink is not going to save anybody, and it's not going to bring awareness. It's just, it's some fucker wearing pink.
Yeah, and it's a terrible fashion choice. No.
I hate that shit.
No, it's annoying. And then the thing is, too, it's like, they flaunt that shit. So like in Goodfellas, when everyone like robs a place and like Robert De Niro's like, "Hey, don't you get a new car? Don't you get a coat? Don't you do this impersonation?" And everyone does it. Like everyone, like they walk to this bar and like they have fur coats on. It's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like now everyone's gonna know that we're up to shit. Apparently, Susan G. Conan, whatever the fuck her name is, did not watch that part of the Goodfellas because fucking as soon as like that first couple years back in like 2012 and 2013 happened, where it was like really really big. Literally, they're coming out doing interviews like on fucking Ellen DeGeneres or whatever, and they got limos and these fucking big old coats. I'm like, where's that money? That's my money. You're wearing my fucking $10. Where's the lack of breast cancer? Like, you're just fucking like, you're just rich. I just paid you to just make fucking nice videos. Go fuck yourself. Like, yeah, dude. If there's ever some like legitimate ways to find out if a charity is very for real, show them in the chat. And obviously, like, yeah, don't do the store shit because it's all bullshit. And I hate to be like that because people do need fucking help, but you're not gonna get the help through that. No fucking way.
I hate the manipulative tactics that they do. Honestly, coming from someone who has like backgrounds in the medical field, has backgrounds in human services, social services, a lot of these fucking places try to focus more on their brand and just how they look, rather than actually sticking to any of the promises that they make to people. And to see the amount of money that goes towards helping the actual public is fucking disgusting, because most of these people take their pay cuts, take their vacations, buy all sorts of fancy shit, and to help people, they just give them the bare minimum. Like, oh, hey, homeless fuck, here's a sleeping bag, make it fucking work.
Well, because at the end of the day, charity by definition is nonprofit. So they get so much money because, of course, a charity is going to make money. They have to actually get rid of that money. And instead of, actually doing their jobs, they basically just pay people as much as they can. Like, if you go for a charity, that's a job. Like, you actually can get paid hourly. It's not necessarily only volunteer. So they have costs. They have to make sure that they never make any profit. That's what nonprofit is. It's not that they don't make profit, is that they can't have any by the end of a fiscal quarter.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I always wondered what that meant. But yeah, dude, it's rotten. And I will say, like, if there's... And I hate to, like, because I don't want people to have problems, but it's like, I think the only time I'm ever going to give my money out to, like, a muscular dystrophy is if the motherfucker asking me has muscular dystrophy. Like, I feel like if you have the problem that needs to be cured or needs awareness, maybe, like, you're being legitimate because you are passionate about this because it affects you. But if I see a white person, and no, I'm not going after white people, by the way, guys. I actually defend white people on this fucking show, despite some of the shit that's been said here.
Pre-production meetings.
Yeah, well, because that's the thing, too. It's like, some people might, because I say shit and it was like, oh, Nick's being racist or whatever. It's like, dude, at this point, like, if I was being racist about white people, it's like, there's a lot worse shit that you've heard from other places than here, so fuck you if you're upset. But the thing is, though, it's like, if a white dude comes up to me and he's like, hey, like, can you donate to, stop Asian hate? It's like, when you stop hating Asian people, I will. Fucking, like, really? Like, you can tell me to fucking, like, do you have any Asians around you that can ask me to do this? Because I'm not fucking listening to you. I hate that shit. Mind your fucking own. Because I know that's... at the end of the day, people only give a fuck about themselves and their own kind. So it's like, you know what, white people, stick with white people shit. And then everyone can have their own fucking thing. Anyways, didn't know I was going to get that mad.
Disagree with that more, but I understand your point.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I got some stories myself on a couple of white people.
Oh, I'm not saying that.
Not all white people, just YT people. Like the bitches that say grassy ass to like a fucking Hispanic waiter when they're at a restaurant.
Don't get me wrong.
Or they try to act like they're not racist, but then the moment like a Hispanic like leaves the room or enters the room, their whole attitude changes. Like, enough with the fake shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not saying, like, I understand that, but I'm saying the whole idea of stick to your own. I've never believed that shit. If you want to fucking defend another culture, go the fuck ahead. Just be respectful about it. Like,
when I say that, I don't mean stick to your own because, and granted, I already did the thing I had to do for chorus, so we can actually go as long as we want here. But like, let me know if y'all get tired and want to fucking end the stream. But the thing is like, because I like to have legitimate conversations like this, and I can't do this when there's 8 people watching because then people are gonna be like, "Hey, you said that," and someone's gonna come for our ass. I mean,
That's offensive.
yeah, we're all minorities in this call, so like, gotta be careful. But like, my whole thing is just like, when I say like, mind your own, not necessarily stick with your own, because I don't like segregation. I do wish everyone could be together and be one big group or whatever. But I think that sometimes people will politicize and take advantage of staying on the right side, because if you read the room correctly, you know that being Republican is probably not the popular thing for this political season. You probably know that if you're a Trump supporter, you might be judged a certain way. So you would probably hold off on some opinions. I have certain opinions, by the way, that I would definitely not put on stream. right now. There's shit I've said in calls with just us in here, and they're like, damn, Nick, that's a little questionable. It's like, well, I'm sorry, but I fucking think that way. But you read the room, and it's like, you know, with white people, they do that thing where they read the room, and they're just like, oh, yeah, like, Black Pride. Like, I've seen literally people in the Double Toasted community, dude, have done that fucking, where you turn your avatar black, like, after Black Lives Matter. And it's like, get the fuck, like, you guys have never given a fuck about Black lives ever. Ever. Not one post about any fucking police brutality thing. Not a single fucking thing. And yet, oh, now I stand with black people because I fucking took off my avatar. Go fuck yourself. Anyone who fucking did that shit, I'm not trying to judge you all the way with it, but don't you ever bring up to me any fucking, like, lack of justice or any kind of shit that's going on, because you're full of shit. You thought that changing your fucking display picture on Facebook meant something. You're fucking lazy. Like, I hate shit like that. Like me, I don't do anything. I didn't do anything for Black Lives Matter. I'll put myself out there. I didn't do shit. But I'm not gonna go around and expect black people to fucking give me the applause. Oh, he's one of us. You're invited to the fucking cookout because you changed.
Barbecue Diaz.
Yeah, no.
Barbecue Diaz.
You're gonna barbecue him as a person, like.
No, but like I hate, like, it's just it. I don't know. And then everyone, like, the way they talk, like, sometimes it's like, that shit slaps. I'm cool now. It's like, you don't understand. Like, if you say it in a joking way, like how I do, where I open myself to, like, people making fun of me, like, oh, Nick's trying to do whatever. It's like, yeah, I know what's going on. I look like an idiot. But there's people that actually talk like that and mean the words that they say. Like, I'm trying to be cool. I'm going to start stealing little bits of this fucking, like, I don't know the right word, but, like, terminologies or whatever. It's just...
AAVE.
What's that, AAVE?
African American Vernacular. I forgot what the E stands for.
Yeah.
English.
There you go.
Yeah. But no, I don't like that shit. But like, I mean, I don't know. Jed, do you feel like I could do a better job reading a room as far as that stuff goes, or do you think that's like, I should just stay who I am and not be fake or whatever?
I believe you can basically like try to understand it a little bit more, especially when people tend to talk about how they feel about white people in general and a lot of things that they do. You tend to feel like people are kind of bullying them, but it's just kind of like they're coming from a place of like experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I do like the fact you do speak your mind, because it doesn't come off as fake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, even if someone told me that they had some issues that were like, okay, that's questionable, you should probably educate yourself better on it. The fact that you're speaking from your heart and you're not trying to politicize someone else's issues, that's where I'll give some kind of respect to. Even if it's like, hey, I just don't know about political stuff. That's why I picked Trump. It's like, well, let me fucking teach you something, and we could talk about it. But like, if you're just gonna be some fucking asshole who hides behind whatever your political agenda is, whatever, then I don't like that shit. I really don't. But anyways, yeah. I don't know where to go from here, guys.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just a heavy thing, you know, like, yeah.
Heavy D and the boys. I don't
know. But you know, for anyone out there, like, because I know there's some people here that were just like, you know, like, hey, I put BLM. I think Marissa was joking, but like, there is people that have been in our chat that's like, I put BLM in my stuff, and like, that's cool, and they can do that, something small like that, that's cool, whatever. But like, if you really are about helping anything or fixing anything, like, dude, Google's out there. There's ways to figure out. If you really want to help Black Lives Matter, there's no like, well, I don't know where to go. Find out. It's Google. You find out trying to find a perfect porn for you to jack off to. You can find out how to fucking help Black Lives Matter, okay? Or stop Asian hate, or fucking anything else. You know, why didn't no one donate to fucking Paris when that whole thing was going on? Oh, well, let me just put the Paris flag next to my shit. Can you name the fucking cities in Paris and towns? You don't know shit about Paris.
I hate that shit. But anyways,
Orlando shooting stuff.
If I can add another thing onto that,
mm-hmm.
A lot of things that I've been noticing with the BLM movement, just in general, or like the Abolish ICE movements, or even the Free Palestine movements that are going on right now. Something that I've been noticing is a lot of people tend to act a different way when a person of that particular movement is around them. So, like, say they have like a black friend, black neighbor, etc., and they see what's going on with the BLM movements. Instead of actually like paying attention to the issues at hand, or perhaps like fighting for some kind of like new law or something to be put in place, or even just donating to like a black charity that actually does shit in their community, they'll just treat that one black person that they know super duper special, give them the world, like, hey, fuck my wife. Because, you know, black people have been oppressed, and I understand that. Here, have a Wendy's fo-fo-fo. Because
No,
you
that's-
deserve it. You earned it. Black Lives Matter. Black Girl Magic. What was that other phrase?
Local Latina.
Girl boss.
Uh,
You're not helping the cause at all. You're just further pushing like really annoying stigmas and buzzwords and just honestly making yourself look like an ass.
Yeah, virtue
You are
signaling.
literally, there you go, virtue signaling. You're literally not doing anything to help the cause. You're just making yourself look like an ass. And then you say all this shit online or on Instagram or in person. But then the moment something happens, you switch up and go, oh, you know how those people are. Or say you're at like a supermarket parking lot and then a black family walks by or a black person walks by. And then you notice yourself locking your door, clutching your purse when certain people come by. Y'all can try to hide that shit as much as you want to the public eye, but sooner or later you're gonna reveal who the fuck you really are and what you're really about. So I'm sick and tired of all this fucking fakeness, to be honest. And the virtue signaling and just mindlessly going on with something. It's more than just racism is bad.
Exactly.
When we actually tell you, like, hey, microaggressions are a real thing. Some of these issues that are going on, some of these misconceptions that are going on are a real thing. We're asking you to please stop pushing that narrative or educate yourself or try to work on those like certain assumptions that you have. Just try to work on changing those instead of just being like, oh, outwards racism is bad. Kill outwards racism. There's more things than just outward racism.
Yeah.
That are actual problems to like the people of color communities. So again, just pay attention and fucking listen.
Yeah.
Don't start talking right away and being like, oh, I know. No, I'm gonna help you out and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And if your main focus is on this is another thing that I hate. Can I specifically mention one person? And we've mentioned this before.
Okay, go ahead.
Fuck Julian Green.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. If you were really about helping people, your first thought would never be, let me pull out my phone. Let me film this.
Yeah.
If you were truly about helping people, you would do it just to do it. You don't need to be bragging about it. You don't need to be filming it and posting it up for everybody. You don't need to be like, oh my God, I'm such a good person. Here you go, guys. Look at me. Check me out. You literally just revealed yourself. You are about your image and how people view you than you actually giving a fuck about people. All you care about is how you feel. Like how those people are that are like, oh, I'm going to help this person. I'm going to be the one to change them. I'm going to be the one to fix them. This isn't about you fixing them.
Yeah.
You literally just gave yourself and your full intentions away in that sentence alone. You want people to be proud of you. You want other people to look at you and give you attention, give you love, give you affection, what the fuck ever you're chasing after. You genuinely don't give a fuck about that person. All you care about is your fucking self. And I'm sick and tired of all these people who are like, oh, I help people, I do this, I do that. No, you fucking don't. All you care about is just how people view you.
Yeah.
And if you want me to be fucking honest, you're a piece of shit. Not just Julian Green, but all these other fucking people that do this shit.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people. I've seen that happen so fucking often, and yeah, it's just a frustrating thing. But at the same time, it's like if it wasn't for people that did that before them and people going, oh, that's nice, then people wouldn't want to do that. So it's just, it is what it is. Chris Harris, no, we were actually done doing fear. We're just talking about like legit real shit now. And I'm gonna tell
you ever.
And knowing Chris
We're
and
talking about
people,
that real fear, like being a fake.
but just want to put this out here, dude. Like, you might want to leave Chris because, like, we're talking serious shit, and I'm gonna be honest. I know our audience, and I know that you will be one person that would fucking hate this conversation. So, not to say that's anything like bad about you or anything, but it's just like, it's not really the funnest chat tag show. But yeah, dude, we are gonna leave though. But it's just like, yeah, I feel like we can have conversations like this, and no one in our chat should be like upset about anything that we say. If you guys are, then you can message Alan. Don't message me. I'm not gonna listen. I was playing.
Well, put it this way: like, if you're upset with anything that we said or whoever said whatever, just message them. If y'all are mad about some shit that I say, fucking message me personally. Don't be doing that shit where it's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking take a little clip and do a little sneaky link and pass it over to that person. Don't be doing that two-faced bullshit. Just be honest and upfront with your intentions.
Yeah.
If you got a problem with me, Alan, Nick, any fucking body, message us. Talk to us about it. We're willing to explain that shit, break it down for you. That's it. Enough of this like petty bullshit, because I'm sick and tired of this shit. Y'all are grown. Start acting fucking grown.
Yeah. But with that said, man, I feel so bad because I gotta tell you guys, every day I put Alan through a shit movie. I do a launch show. I make fun of him. And then we end off and I still make fun of him and I have him do the announcements. And I'm going to do that again because, Alan, I'm also a piece of shit. Hey, Alan, tell people about
I keep telling the audience every day and you keep trying to defend that shit.
Well, in the middle, when there's a bunch of people here, I gotta act like I'm great. But like when they're gone, fuck you, asshole. But
someone could just clip this and just play it at any
I'm
point.
gonna cut it out.
Show.
I'm gonna cut out the whole thing.
Can't cut out a live show.
Yeah, I can afterwards.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna also clip this out so that way, if anything ever gets clipped, you know why.
Fuck you. Move on.
Fuck it. Just make a fucking post about how everything's fucked up.
Wait, Birdman gets medal attention. Okay. Anyways, Alan.
What?
Yeah, I looked at Metropolis, and apparently Alan is doing an angle, as what they call in WWE. Apparently he's been injured. So
no, I wasn't injured. The only reason I'm not saying they say it in there is I'm very there's a lot of stuff I'll talk about on Facebook, but very private. Anything personal matter when it comes to Facebook. It's not a big deal. I'm just very personal when it comes to Facebook. I don't like to put personal details out there. That's all.
I get you, but anyways, though, man, tell them where to find you and all that good stuff. And for some reason, people got Roxy and Jeff mixed up again.
How? Who?
Every fucking time. Who? How the fuck do y'all get us confused?
You want me to shoot?
We had the different icons. I have my fucking camera on. Jet does not.
Gary.
She has her fucking icon. It's not that hard. How many? No wonder you can't get any fucking women. You think all fucking women are the fucking same?
I will say this.
Pay attention for once. If you can pay attention to fucking jack off to what the fuck ever for 5 minutes, you can pay attention to the fucking show and notice the difference between me and fucking Jet.
I will say, this is how bad it's gone, though, because this is
Roxy has me scared.
No, because
I will say I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that Gary's willing to shoot people with a dildo for us.
Yeah, I really do appreciate that, Gary. But the confusion thing. And here's the thing: the reason why I was going to say this is because apparently there's something in the DT waters where a lot of you motherfuckers are dumb as shit. Because and you're not going to believe this. And I wanted to message Roxy as soon as this happened because I'm like, Roxy's going to appreciate this shit. Someone got Corey and Martin mixed up. I'm not fucking joking.
They're both on camera.
How?
They used to be in the same room.
Yeah, no, they're still in the same room.
Are they? Okay.
And they still got Corey and Martin mixed up. They're like, damn, Martin, I can't believe you said that. Corey's like, you watch us all the time. How the fuck did you guys mixed up? Like, Corey stopped the show. Like, are you fucking like, there's something wrong with you. Like, how fucking stupid can you possibly fucking be? It's amazing, and it's like I'm not trying to like make fun of DT people, the people that watch us and everything. Which it's like we want to branch out. So if I chase you away, then fuck it. But it's like, come on, guys, like you can know all the comic book bullshit in the world to 1920 and Cinephiles and Citizen Kane and fucking all this great and your favorite porn stars, but you can't tell one black dude from a fucking other black dude. You fucking morons. You can't tell because Jet and Roxy are fucking two girls. You can't tell the difference between them. It's like, I don't know what to fucking do.
Let's make it easy for you. Okay? Corey, tall man, built like a fucking straw. And Martin got a hat. Okay?
Yeah.
Straw, hat.
Oh, straw
Martin
hat? Well, I guess that's Martin.
Corey, straw.
I fucking love that. Built like a fucking straw.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just imagining someone just photoshopping Corey's head on top of a straw.
Gary,
he just becomes a fucking sucker.
No, do not eat a bag of shit though, Gary. No, we're good, man. We love you. But it's just we gotta use one of you guys as an example, man. We gotta go in on somebody because like, what the fuck? Ryan's like, we surrender. Yeah, you better. Roxy about to crack some fucking heads in this motherfucker. Like, but I agree. Honestly, if I was Roxy, I'd be really fucking upset with you guys too, because it's like, if you got me and Alan mixed up, oh, especially Alan, Jesus fucking Christ, I would just attack you guys.
This is why nobody likes you.
What'd I do?
You're about to talk shit like you always do.
Okay.
No, I just
Yes.
don't want them to insult you, Alan, because I'm so ugly and stupid, and you're so smart and precious.
Doro.
What?
Has anyone ever gotten you and ganja mixed up?
Yes.
Fuck you.
No, for
time.
real. This is a serious question.
All the time. All the fucking time.
When?
Like, at the first DT party, someone walked around me, chased me around. I was like, what the fuck is he coming from? Like, why is he always around me? And then finally he's like, hey, man. And he was, like, really nervous, too. That gives you an idea of, like, what ganja has to deal with. The guy comes up to me like, hey, I don't want to bother you, ganja, but do you think you can, fuck me up? I'm like, yeah, so, no, I don't do that. I'm not ganja. He's like, oh, you got the stuff, right? Like, you know what? I'm like, no, I'm not, like, I'm Nick Diaz. I'm just, like, he's
The
over
worst
there.
possible.
Yeah, like, I'm the worst motherfucker to and by the way, like, just because a little wimpy bullshit, it's like, I hope ganja don't give you no fucking weed. Fucking little bitch.
You're gonna walk over. Hey, Ganja, not this one. He's an asshole.
He's
Okay,
a fucking
Diaz.
idiot. Doesn't know how to talk to people. And then, like, when we were in Las Vegas, we're walking by, people are like, I bet they're brothers. For one, it's not in the fucking DNA that we're both fat. So go fuck yourself.
Actually, look, I'll give that. Like, you guys have the same kind of hairstyle.
Yes,
Like, there's
our
a lot of
DNA.
similarities.
It's
Like,
bullshit. I don't look like
there's
that.
a time where you both, like, I guess I went to the bathroom and I came back and you guys were watching the show in New York, and I was like, holy shit. Like, if they were wearing the same clothes, I'd be like, yo, I don't know who's who.
You are a fucking
How could
asshole.
you not tell the
From behind.
difference?
No, from behind. They both had the same
Oh, apparently
curly
he's looking at
hair,
our ass, guys.
same length.
I knew it.
Were you checking them out?
No, I wasn't. I just said I went to the bathroom and I was going back
Gotcha, I
to
got
the
the
You
head.
said you looked at fucking
Y'all are
two
some of the most
juicy
creative-
asses with long, luxurious hair as you came out of the bathroom from
Talking about
taking
how-
a
You guys
fat
have-
shit.
I am surrounded by some of the most creative storytellers ever. So they'll take a line of dialogue and write a fucking sonnet.
All I will say is that he was looking at us. He wanted a piece of this. He can't, though. Can't have none of this, dog. So stop it. Put the hands away. But then also is that when you looked at us, you also looked past us. And in front of us was a Metropolis Collective thing that I've been trying to bring up very, very often.
I don't know what bothers me more about Ryan's joke, that he just kept rearranging everyone's last names, or I'm not on there.
Oh my! No, Gotcha Shakazine.
Ain't your last name on there? See,
My last name's on there, but I have a first name too.
Wait, well, my last name's
What?
under. I got a last name.
Well, then
Yeah,
you
also
would
got your first
be, you'd be
name.
Alan. You'd be Alan Diaz.
The LD is not. Yeah, he just, okay,
Yeah,
he
there we
just
go.
put it on. That's a bullshit. He caught up. I know what the Twitch delay is.
Look, all I'm saying
You
is
motherfucker.
he did include you, and he loves you, and we all
No,
love you.
no, because by the time I started talking shit, he would have realized that he forgot, so it came in a couple seconds later.
You know the most hurtful thing about the fact that me and Ganja apparently look like is that Ganja's fucking dad said that shit.
Mhm.
I was like, hey, nice to meet you, Mr. Ganja, or Mr. Guru, because that's his name, Ganja Guru. And he was like,
Did you actually call him that?
no.
Okay, because I wasn't sure.
Dude, what did I call your dad? It was a dog?
I don't think I ever talked to him.
You
I
called
think
him
it
by
was
his
too,
name,
like,
which I'm not going to say
intimidating.
on the show.
Okay. Yeah. But I was like, hey.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, hey. And then I think I just wanted to do like an icebreaker. I'm like, hey, man, like everyone keeps saying we look alike. Do we look alike, man? He's like, oh, y'all the fucking same. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought he was going to be like, I thought he was going to think he's like, no, y'all the fucking same. Anyways, bye.
No, straight up. The first time I ever saw Nick, because again, the only thing I ever saw Nick was that fucking picture you see his icon there. I literally just thought he was like an old friend of Ganja's. Like, oh yeah, he's just an old friend of his from the res or whatever. Like, I didn't think twice until I saw Jeff freezing her ass off, shivering. Funniest sight I ever saw.
How
First
was
you
I
gotta
how was I shivering? Because I remember holding my bag at the point.
No, you were legitimately, you were just like this, and you
Why
could not
wait,
stand
hold
outside.
on. Why would I be doing that and just leave my bag unattended?
No, your bag was on your back, like it wasn't on the floor, or Nick was
No,
holding
my
something.
my suitcase.
You were,
you
I
said your
think I
suitcase
can't remember
first.
what ended up happening. Like, because I think it was right beside you. Like, you were like it was right beside you, or Nick was holding her or something. But I will never forget the image of you just shivering your ass off. I'm like, is she gonna die? Is she okay? And I'm laughing so goddamn hard.
No, that was cool.
No, you
though.
weren't.
It's like, what? Why are you telling
you
me the
weren't.
story I was there?
Because I was there too, motherfucker.
Were you? Because you're not sure half the events that
I
happened.
will say I don't remember you laughing. But
I wasn't facing you at the time because I was
oh,
looking
what
at
the fuck?
Because you were talking to Nick,
His lines
and I was
coming
like,
apart.
I was looking
Objection.
deep into your eyes.
It's not coming apart. So Ganja walks up to Nick after Nick basically waves us both over. I don't recognize Nick right away because I've never seen this fucking face inside of this one image. So I'm just kind of looking around, and then I see Jet kind of, shivering, and I start chuckling, but it didn't click that the person standing beside is Nick. So I'm laughing, and I'm like, oh shit. Now that makes a lot of sense who this fucking person is.
Oh, that's fucking great. But no, I remember, actually really quick, I never asked this outside of the show, and since Roxy's here, I'm just, fuck it. What did you think when you first met me?
There goes dude.
So when I first officially met you,
There
it was
goes
the
dude.
Florida trip, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. When I saw you, I'm like, okay, I keep hearing that he looks like Ganja, so let's see how much he looks like. Apparently, this dude doesn't like to show his face on camera. Either he's like really shy, like self-conscious, or I don't know, maybe he broke and his camera busted. Who fucking knows? And then I see you and I'm like, oh shit, he does kind of look like Ganja. But then I started to like listen to you and shit. But I'm like, yeah, that's an angry motherfucker right there. I like that.
Like the thing is,
That's my friend.
we know both of you so well, so we know the 100% fucking differences. But like one person going up is like, oh yeah, it's like the whole spot 3 differences fucking images between you two. Now Ganja cut his hair, so it's way more different now. By the time you guys are almost the exact same length, exact same color. Like there was a lot of similarities.
I'll ask you vice versa, Diaz.
Right away, I was just kind of like, you look fucking mad. Like, but the thing is,
Yeah.
it was so fucking hot in Miami. Like, I was sweating. By the way, too, I was like embarrassed because I'm like, dude, like I'm sweating so much. It's like I really am in terrible fucking shape, or there's something wrong with the weather here.
Both.
Yeah, dude. Like I was. Wait, fuck you! I just caught that. He goes both.
See, by the way, he went halfway through his story. Yeah, totally.
I always do that. But like, yeah, that's really cool. But like right away, I was like, okay, she's mad. So either Alan or Ganja says, because I know it can't be Jet. It's like one of them says something that pissed her off. But then as we continue on too, like it was just kind of cool. Like right away, it was like an instant sister thing, or whatever. It was pretty cool. But yeah, and you also look like a weird like punk rock. Like you look like you haven't let go of 2007.
Really?
I mean, Nick hasn't let go of 1998, so
True.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on.
Ganja hasn't
Did
let
you
go
just
of the
agree?
early
I love
2000s.
how he did
He's
it again.
still wears Mark Echo.
2004 will always be a real thing to me, goddammit.
2021.
No, I would take that as an insult right now. But here's the thing, Roxy, who was like, yeah, Alan, yeah, I agree, high five, bro. Weren't you wearing fucking Jinko jeans recently?
Yesterday, yes, because
Yeah.
they're fucking comfortable, and I am bloated like a motherfucker right now.
Her period jinkos.
No, but I brought that shit up. You guys used to make fun of me. You were playing Fred Durst, and the chat was there too. And yes, Mortal Corn, what, right?
Mortal Kombat.
What?
Mortal
That's
Kombat.
hilarious. But here's the thing, though. Y'all are making fun of me saying, like, oh, this is Nick in the 1990s, or whatever.
What year did you create right now?
I don't know.
Okay, but
1990.
look, the last time, one of these last recent times, I was cleaning up around like just the kitchen and just the entire apartment. You heard me blasting Pod, and you agreed with me. You're like, "We're playing that shit. Turn that shit up."
Oh,
you
yeah.
forget that like we're similar, Diaz. I make fun of you for Janko jeans, but I also have a fucking pair, and I like wearing them because they're comfortable as shit.
But no, I love Jinko jeans, man. I will never wear them again because, people like y'all motherfuckers making fun of my ass. But they're the shit.
Funny to this day.
I literally
To
wore
this
a
day.
pair yesterday.
Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah. Chat's like, I like how Nick
Where-
wanted to leave. Or Nick, are you okay, dude? No, I'm never okay. I'm fucking crazy.
All we gotta do is make fun of gray shirts, and Nick just never gonna leave the house or never wear clothes.
No, I'm telling you, dude. Yeah, like there's been time. Like, oh, remember you made fun of me with the plaid shirt, the same one you had, by the way, motherfucker.
I mean, you only had like 2 of them, and you wore them for the fucking week, so
Dude, I changed up my undershirt. I had like 8 black shirts.
yeah. But I mean, they were all the same kind of shade, so it was like kind of unclear. Like, is this guy just wearing the same shirt, or does he have 8 shirts that
Nope.
look the same?
Legitimately, dude.
Yes.
I have like in the plaid shirts. I actually have a couple copies of those in my closet.
That's what I mean. This man has one outfit. Just make fun of that enough, and he'll just never wear clothes.
Oh, says the dude who wore fucking the same 3 shirts from like the first anniversary party.
Oh,
Okay.
Get 'em, get
I
'em.
wore
Everybody-
those
everybody
because
has
that was
to
my colors. I had other clothes.
What color? What gang you in?
I know, Grove Street.
Apparently Christmas because I like green and red.
Fucking over here set claiming and shit.
I'm representing the elves, apparently.
You
The
know,
Keebler elves?
you know what's funny too, by the way, is I like how I had this relationship with Jet, where it's like I wear the same shit and I look just like whatever. Jet changes her fucking style, both like I mean everything, clothes, every fucking thing, so much, and I'm like, hey babe, you ready? And just like 5 seconds, like, I just put my shit on.
Who the
like,
fuck
let's
are
go.
you?
Yeah.
She just hits randomizer on the character select every fucking time.
Like the fucking Sims.
I don't know who
Fast
made this
fashion,
poll.
yo.
No, you are very, very fashionable, but
What do you imagine Nick looking like? A big guy, a shy guy, very 90s, Mexican? What the? Who a crack
Mexican?
addict?
Mexican.
Mexican?
Exactly like his avatar. What crack
What
addict?
the fuck? He's gonna come out in a sombrero? Whoa!
No. Like, what the fuck did you...
Wait, what was yours? I thought you were gonna go no, but you're like no,
No. Like the mariachi band shit. Like, oh yeah, Nick, of course I recognize you. You had the tiny guitar and the hat.
Yeah, weren't you holding all the stereotypes? It was great.
What exactly is the fucking Mexican look?
I don't know, but it's getting the most votes so far.
No, now it's big guy. Like, oh yeah, of course.
I'm 95% sure it was fucking Ryan because he made a joke earlier
upgraded.
saying that I went gasp, you're Mexican.
But yeah, it's hilarious.
I knew Nick was Mexican before I met him.
What?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, you did. Someone,
I knew him for
Michael
like
thinks,
3 years, like, or at that, yeah, at that point it was about over a year. Sorry.
well, that's
Like
just you being-
average Mexican man. What
fuck
does
is
the
that?
average Mexican man
Oh,
look
boy.
like?
So Ryan, you're gonna get a link to this call.
you know what I'm gonna do? I want to look up an average Mexican man.
Oh god, it's gonna be.
Why don't it
hilarious.
be some bullshit like a dude on the
It's
back
gonna be
of
a dude with a
John Deere
single-
tractor or
No,
some shit.
single thick mustache, fucking smiling, the sombrero, wearing green probably.
Even my dad don't look like that.
I don't know why. Oh god damn. Okay, I know what I
What
did.
did you
wrong.
fuay do? Why'd you
What
put
did you
George Francisco?
Google?
in
No, I
here?
meant to put. I didn't know. Okay, this is gonna be really bad.
Wait, I thought you could put average Mexican man and not some guy named George.
Wait, I fucked up.
The average Mexican man, George, is a bald guy with a small goatee.
No,
That's what they look like.
what I did is I was trying to. I didn't know whether to put George Lopez or Pablo Francisco, so I put George Francisco on accident.
You just had to put average Mexican person.
Okay.
You feel the need to go specific.
I fucked up.
Now look images and see what we get.
Oh, that's not average at all. Come on. Is that Ray?
Nah.
No.
Ray Tone Royal. Oh shit. I can't wait to end this fucking show though.
Or just type in Mexican and just see what pops
Fuck it.
up.
Mexican. Okay, let's see.
It's gonna be food, $10. If you just put the word Mexican there, it's gonna
Or
be
the
food.
flag.
No, right here for the Birdos. Oh, this place is a piece of
I
shit.
told you! Look at that shit! Is that exactly what I said? Like, go down a little bit. Look at sombrero. That's word for word what I goddamn said. Mustache fucking green sombrero.
Damn.
I can tell you right now, real legit Mexicans from the motherland, they come in all shapes and sizes and colors. They'd be a little darker, let's be honest.
Oh my God.
It's a sunny ass state.
So,
Hold on, look at this. I was on here and I scroll down and look at Donald Trump fucking thing.
wait, what? I Trump there. Oh, he will win the Latino vote. Yeah, how did that work out?
No, but like when you scroll down, it's like pictures of Mexicans, and then just Donald Trump's like, "What?" Are you
Well,
doing?
I mean, he talked enough shit. He's gonna show up in the Mexican like a vague search about Mexican.
God. Oh boy. Yeah.
Well, Nick, apparently what people imagine you looking like is just Mexican. Not any sort of vernacular, not any sort of descriptive term, just a noun Mexican.
just Mexican. Not
I just
Mexican
thought it
male,
was
not
funny.
Mexican female.
I mean, shit. Wait, let's say Jed puts enough photos on Facebook. Go like, we should just go Jet next and see what happens.
Support your local Latina, Nick Diaz.
Which I guess is Nick, yeah.
Oh man, dude. Anyways, guys.
Wait, sorry. I just learned something. Jet, why did you vote 800?
I just thought it was funny.
What did Jed vote for?
The Mexican. No, shit.
Thanks,
That's why I won. I didn't think about it because I saw one. It kept going. It's on there. But if someone uses a lot of points, like the person who uses the most points, he usually says who did it. And all I see is Jet. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh shit! By the way, I thought it was average height, but apparently I'm larger than that. Cause that's 5.6. 5.6.
Damn, I guess I'm
5
never going
feet.
to Mexico. I'll be the fucking shortest motherfucker there.
I can tell you this: I'm taller than 5'6", and there's been a couple times where I visit, like, at least the family I'm cool with in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time I walk on the sidewalk, and you know how they have like the little awnings and umbrellas and shit on the side of restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
I always have to duck because then they
Oh.
hit my head.
You got your own Lady Dimitrescu in there. She's just walking around with some.
Pretty much, I'm Lady Dimitrescu, diarrhea, what the
Dimitrescu.
fuck ever her name
I just
is.
been calling her.
That's
Lady
me in Mexico because I'm fucking taller than most of the men, women, and children there.
Who the fuck voted Alan looks best in nothing? Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you vote? Also, who's making these polls?
What are you trying to say? My
Who's
girlfriend
trying
said
to
you want to see
fuck
naked.
Alan?
I don't know. She fucked out the last poll.
Ganja, this is. I'm gonna beat his ass, Ganja.
I mean, good luck. You won't be able to reach.
Well,
What?
yeah, I guess I'll vote
I'm
now.
short. You
Hold
can't
on.
bend over. You're fat. That's the joke.
Here, I'll vote.
That's
I'll
not how
vote
that
for
works.
Voyager.
Yes, it does.
There you
You
go.
can't bend over.
Question, Alan.
What?
What does the average Arab man look like?
I
This might
mean,
get racist.
probably just.
This is gonna get racist.
I'm probably just
Oh,
like you
wait,
did.
the fucking Mexican bullshit wasn't racist?
You're right.
probably
fuck 'em.
just-
So.
I was about to say just me, but just darker skin. So yeah.
Yeah, honestly though, Alan, you don't look Arab at all. I'm not to take it anyway. I was like,
Oh wow! I've never heard that before,
sorry, I gotta take your brown card. I don't know.
bro. I've been hearing
Me
that my
per-
whole life.
Me personally, I just picture like the Arab fuckboys you see on like Instagram and shit. The ones that always make that stupid fucking face that I hate so much that
Oh,
where
my
they
God.
bite their lower lip and they try to seduce you like
Yeah.
they're flexing
one
their
time was trying
Teslas
to-
and shit. I hate
that reminds me. I was one time trying to hit on a girl at a party one time, and she's like, "Oh man, all the Arabs hit the same, like do the same fucking flirting shit." I'm like, "Oh, I'm just a fucking idiot." But I
How
guess
does
this
it
is a
flirt?
cultural thing.
How do they flirt?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember. Just remember
Yo,
getting
you want
that
to roleplay
going,
really quick?
No.
This is
Oh
gonna-
hell
Please,
no. Hell no.
please,
please,
No, I'm
please,
good.
please, please, please.
Nope.
Yo.
Nope. Get the fuck out.
Hey, who wants to play the girl that Alan talks to?
I'll be it.
Oh hell no! I will run the fuck away every time I do this. No, end this fucking show. I ain't doing this shit. Nah.
Oh, now you want to end the show. Now you want to fucking.
Nah.
You
Oh,
like to flirt with me?
this shit for half a goddamn hour.
I
Hell
have
no.
pussy.
Alan, if you don't do it, then we're all gonna try to act like we're you. trying
Oh,
to
go
get-
ahead. That's way less embarrassing.
No, I'm not gonna do that because I want to be an asshole. Here's the deal, guys. We are done. We're out of here. I'm actually very happy to hear that because I want to give me some.
Damn, so I'm just gonna sit here and not get hit on? Why didn't
Yes.
show up?
I came over here all by myself, and I'm still by myself. That sucks.
All by myself.
Today.
Alan, how you doing?
You want some of this snatch?
Christ.
You want some of this pussy?
Alan, tell me what's wrong. Oh no, you already did. We're getting out of here then.
Did I? Fuck it. Just follow me on Facebook and follow Metropolis. You know the shit that.
By the way, I think I don't know if our outro is gonna work because for some reason this shit's acting up. Let me see.
I just sing.
Oh, very good. All right, no, fuck that. Okay, guys, it's working. Let's get the fuck out of here.
It just sounds like critical. Hey,
Ooh,
what's up, everyone? My name's Jessica.
My name's
what the
Alan.
fuck is critical?
Burger King, what lettuce?
Wow, that helped.
Yeah, on YouTube. Voice critical. How do you not know?
Name.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't know who that is.
I cannot believe this. I cannot believe
Oh,
this.
oh, you don't give shit to Roxy.
You know whose voice sticks with me a lot? Fucking Chill.
Yeah.
I don't remember that shit. Boom!
Burger King, foot lettuce.